Boom. Live in the building already.
Yes,
So,
sir.
you know how we do on BGW. We usually start out with a question of the week. I'm not going to lie. I don't have one tonight. Nolo, do you have one?
Oh, you just gonna put me on the spot. Okay, brother, I got you.
I got this, Nolo.
Okay, a question for the night. Do you know the definition of generational?
Right into it. Right into Phil's out. Man, you got him out. Right. Let's hear yours, Phil. You can start.
I think people misconstrue this because I think when you say someone's generational, they are one of one, or they're the best at something in their generation. And if you're one of the best at something in your generation, generational talent.
Yep. I feel like if you have clones, if they're a slew of talent that are inspired by exactly you, how could you not be generational? Like, what do you mean? You inspired a generation. I think that's how it works.
I think that's how it works. If you inspire a bunch of people in the next generation and in your current generation, that's pretty much how that works.
My definition of generational is probably wild to some people's eyes. Like, Giant Gonzalez is generational to me.
All right.
You feel me?
Now I'm not spot. I think this guy's out his mind.
Giant Gonzalez and The Undertaker, WrestleMania 9, is a generational matchup.
I mean, I guess there could be bad generational. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, this is gonna be
All right, man.
Can't wait.
That's what we're saying. I'm all in.
No, but what is generational to you?
Generational to me is I kind of take basically what Phil and Reg said. Like, if you got sons out here and there's people basically emulating what you do, good or bad, generational.
Facts.
But that's how I look at it.
Like, this is like Nicki Minaj. He don't be tweeting like Nicki Minaj, but like he can have Nicki Minaj energy if he wanted. Like, all of y'all are my sons. Like, that could be his whole gift if he wanted to, but he don't have to. He don't even move like that.
So before we started the show, Phil, you said Ricochet is arguably, would you say arguably he's the most like generational talent of this generation?
No, I just said he's arguably, and I mean, I don't even think it's much of a debate. I think he's one of the greatest high flyers of his generation, which in turn makes him a generational talent.
Yeah. He's one of the greatest high flyers of all time.
He's generational when I changed the channel. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. If ain't nothing changed but the address. Let's go ahead and get started.
It's because he's light skinned too. What's up with that?
Relax.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. That's it.
Let's go ahead and do the intro.
We are the nation of domination.
We in building.
And welcome everyone to the 181st volume of the Black Guy Wrestling Podcast.
Go ahead and throw the jazz snaps
sir,
in the building. This is a special episode. I feel like this has been like in terms of like, we don't do guests on this podcast, we do co-hosts. And I feel like these brothers, we've been meaning to do this for a long,
For so long.
Very, very long time.
a long time. So let's not even waste it. You know what I mean? Coming in first, it is the poetic professor, Scotland Underwood.
Coming in second, it is your boy Solo Nolo Green.
Yes, one time to the homies Chaz, DMac, they're on special assignment.
Yes,
and
sir.
tonight's special co-host. These brothers, when I tell you, are generational talent.
I knew it was coming. I
You
knew
knew
it was coming.
in this space. Yeah, like I said, when we first started BGW, and like I said, when we were becoming intertwined in the community, these two brothers were very instrumental in making us feel welcome. You know what I mean? Dear brothers, dear friends of ours. They host one of what I like to consider one of the most influential shows in the wrestling media space. Like, to see these brothers along with Will Washington curate something that was very much for the culture, very much for our people, very much for our voice in the wrestling space. Like, they are at the forefront. They're at the top of the list. Ladies and gentlemen, on BGW, we got Phil. We got Righteous Reg. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Grapsody in the building. Gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
High praise, man.
oh,
What an intro.
Yeah, that was a
Thank you,
wild
thank
intro. I appreciate y'all. That's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster, Righteous Reg in the building. Very happy to be here. Very excited about this. It's been a long time coming. I feel like we've reconvened at about 5 Wale Manias in a row, and then we're always like, we're going to do this. We're going to do this pod, and then we just never get around to it.
You know, the first time we all physically met, I have no recollection of that night.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, the memory is in the picture for me.
No, I remember seeing you when you were in another world for sure.
No, so the funniest part was it was the next day after Wale Mania in Dallas, and then he was like, we were on the timeline. He was like, "Yo, when the hell did we take a picture with Grapsody?" And I was like, "I think it was last night. You don't remember?" He was like, "It was in VIP." He was like, "No, I don't."
I don't.
I was like,
I
"Damn,
don't.
bro." It was a great
It was
time.
a wild night, though. There was
That was
a
a funny
lot
night.
of people.
Yeah,
up
It was a lot
there.
of, that was a very funny night. That my memory of you guys from that weekend is not that night though. It was the next day coming out of For the Culture, and that was when I had that whole reaction, like the push it to you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
I remember that. Yeah.
I remember that clearly.
And like I said, like all the history between all of us kind of predates even beyond that. Like I said, Reg, when we first got started, like Reg was like one of the very first people to like link up with us, like as far as like communicating and making us feel welcome. And then, like I said, Phil the same way. But before we get started with the Graps, obviously y'all have such a name in the wrestling space. And so, you know what I mean? There might be somebody listening to this that has never heard of Grapsody before. So if y'all real quick can just explain who is Grapsody, what is Grapsody about? You know what I mean? Pretty much like to somebody that's never heard of you, who are you guys?
I feel Grapsody, of course, was started, as you said, by Will Washington, me, Righteous Reg. And sometimes I think it just was an excuse for the three of us to talk about rap and basketball and then also talk about some wrestling. So I feel like a lot of times people tune in and they have to put up with maybe 20 minutes or so of us talking about all of these other things that we're into from the culture. And then we'll get into the wrestling. But of course, Grapsody every Saturday at noon on Fightful's YouTube channel. I don't know. It's been a blast doing this for 3 years with my friends and inviting other friends on and getting to talk wrestling and all these other things. And so when I hear other people say things like you guys, like we're influential, I'm like, great.
I'm like, it just feels like I wake up on Saturday and talk with my friend. Like the people were like Grapsody's barbershop talking. It's like, yeah, like we just pick a couple topics and then Phil and I just kind of shoot on whatever it is. It like really was like Phil and I were going to collaborate on something. Eventually, we were like, Phil was doing like writing, and I was just like, damn, he was one of my favorite writers. Shout out to Drew, two of my favorite writers. I was like, I just really appreciate these guys. Just like you guys, I was like, I have to if I could do anything, just a retweet, simple retweet. Like if I could do that for my friend, that's it. So we kind of developed that relationship, and I was like, I like this guy. We got to eventually do something. I would always say to Phil, like, we got to do something together. We got to do something together. And then we both did a podcast with Will Washington, and then it was just like, the magic was just in the air, and like we should just combine this into a thing. And then we just like got into a group chat, and just like Phil said, most of it was just about basketball and hip hop and old 90s stuff, and then like, oh yeah, wrestling too. And like sometimes we'll do a pod, and then Phil and I'll be like, oh yeah, we should probably get to wrestling because we're like deep. It like when the Kendrick and Drake was going on, we were getting deep into it. People were like, yo, what are y'all saying here?
Yeah. And like I said, man, like you guys, if nobody's told y'all have such an important voice. You know what I mean? Like it extends beyond just like this social media thing. You know, social media is not real. So for us, like just even like having this opportunity to bond with y'all, build with y'all is definitely an honor when it comes from us. But with that being said, we do got graps to talk about. We got a lot of graps to talk about. Just quick shout outs one time for the homie right here. You know what I mean? Peace and love. Peace and love. My man Eddie in the building. What's going on?
James.
Yep.
Name.
The man Gerard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Matthew Rodriguez. What's happening, man? What's happening? So Reg, I have waited many moons to have you on the podcast, sir, because I know you are a Young Bucks fan, and man, I've just waited a long time to have this conversation with you, man. I hope you are ready for it.
Is this the right time? Like, man, I wish we would have. I'm like, why did we wait so long? This is crazy.
Well, you know, it kind of ties into the first topic of the night because we're starting with AEW. And obviously, we didn't do a show last week. So we missed talking about Wrestle Dream and, you know, everything that took place with that. And we're not going to do a deep dive on Wrestle Dream, but kind of like the aftermath and what happened on Dynamite Collision. But the Blackpool Combat Club, they've declared war on AEW. John Mox and friends sent Brian Danielson to to the highest of the upper rooms. With that being said, how are we liking this story so far? Because I like to think that this is the storyline AEW has been needing. You know what I mean? Like we saw it earlier in the year. They tried with the Young Bucks, Jack Perry. I'm very much more locked in on this because it feels more like the violence of it is ramped up. Like it's taken like a real serious turn. So what do you guys think about this storyline in general?
Well, I mean, he's been waiting for elite Young Bucks aficionado to get in here.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, you know, I've seen this take a lot since the John Moxley and crew have started this takeover of like, this is way better than the elite and blah, blah, blah. This is so, I'm like, I don't even know if these are really in the same world. Like the things that the elite were going for seems like it wasn't like we're taking over the company. It was just like, we're going to get ours. Like, it's like, we're all about us. Like, we want the most money. We want to have the best matches. We want to have the most time. It's not really about taking over AEW. It's just about getting ours. Moxley and co is like, we want to take it back to what AEW is all about, kind of why this is established. So the only way to do that is to overhaul this whole thing and take it all over. So it feels like two completely different things, but I understand why people are trying to put them in the same world.
I very much look at it like we were talking, me and Nolo, about like I wish the Tony Khan attack had happened like in this group. You know what I mean? I feel like if Mox had been the one to attack Tony Khan, maybe like it probably would have been like in this upcoming week or so. Like it would have hit, like it would have took the story to even like a next level, especially with what they're going for. And like you said, we saw it on Wednesday with like them doing the attack on Dark Order, Top Flight, and the elite was just standing out there. So I feel like we're in this this interesting bubble, right? Am I surprised that they were standing out there? No, the Young Bucks don't want this smoke. They're not ready. They're not ready for this.
Hey,
You feel me? They're not ready
their
for
name's
it.
Bennett. Their name's Bennett. They not in it, dog. What they got in it?
They're not in it. You're right. They're not there.
They just EVPs.
Okay.
Yeah, nah. Them still doing this elite takeover thing, and they were out there doing their usual shenanigans, doing the comedy stuff, doing the very cartoonish villain stuff. It almost felt like the We Taking Over record, and like then it got to the Wayne verse when Mox came out. I was like, okay, yeah, we're out of here. It's different vibes now, man.
That's fair. That's fair. It feels like the Young Bucks. There's a completely different story to be told with the Young Bucks. Like what they did at Wrestle Dream with Private Party. Like they have another thing to get into, I feel. And like when Kenny Omega comes back, I feel like that's when the Elite will really get kicked off. But for now, it's like completing this tag team championship thing and moving on.
Can you see the Bucks like kind of getting to the point where like they do step up, like they do like they kind of realize like, yo, like maybe what everybody's saying is right. Like maybe we need to get into the face of like Mox and let them like kind of get that elite crowd. Because if you like you're saying, if we're building to an eventual Kenny return, like the Elite and BCC, like I feel like that's just a match in itself. Mm-hmm. But can you see the Bucks going that route of like trying to man up?
No, I don't think they're gonna get involved with BCC at all. Like I feel like that was it. They're like, oh, we see what's going on over there, and like Nolo said, Bennett and I ain't in. And like I feel like they're gonna distance themselves from this and be gone because they never. That's not their. They don't hang out over there. They hang out over here with Chris Daniels. They hang out over here with Brendan Cutler. They hang out over, you know what I mean? Like they got their own crew. And when Kenny comes back, we can really get the party started. But for now, I don't feel like they're gonna fight for Team AEW against BCC. Maybe that's more important because it's like if they were trying to take over, do whatever they're doing for AEW, what sense does it make for them to fight for AEW now?
Right. Nolo, what do you think, my man?
I mean, I totally do agree that if your main goal was to get yours and nobody else really mattered, then there's really no point in them to be involved in this. But from being the EVPs of the company, from what y'all were saying, y'all are the company, and this is an attack on your company. So eventually, I feel like you do have to get involved in it. Now, you can do the side missions for now, and because I do enjoy the interactions they have with Private Party, and we can talk about that later. But I do really want them to get involved and man up, as my man Scotland said, and get into this and actually fight for what's theirs, which is their company.
I personally am looking forward to seeing Marina Shafir beat up the Young Bucks. Like those are the things that brings me happy.
I'm the biggest Young Buck fan in the world, and I want to see that too. Like anytime like when Marina's been dragging people with the knees, or she got them in a choke, I'm like, yo, Marina's
she a killer.
How she did Darius was hilarious. I was like, yo, if she do that to Matthew, dog,
everybody got to be the one. Commander got caught one time. Like, yo, you just got to run from Marina. If Marina pull up, run, dog.
I feel like Marina is part of the reason that Yuta's a heel right now, because that Dynamite where Brian chased Mox into the backstage and he's fighting backstage, and every time the camera cut back, Marina's just like giving it to Yuta, hitting him with like these Muay Thai knees.
She hit him with like 35 knees at one point. She was lighting him up.
Man, it's scared. Oh, real quick, just want to put the background, like. I had to pull the floor out tonight. Shout out to the Ringside Club. You know what I mean? Them brothers.
It's like my guy, man. He had.
Listen, the vibes are the vibes. You feel me?
That's what we do here, man. That's what we do.
I see it. I see it.
You see the reversal of this of guy with floral shirt, guy with black shirt next to him.
Oh yeah!
Oh shit!
You think we planned this shit, dog?
Listen, man. One Chicago guy.
Yo, no, see, look, listen. I didn't know what y'all was doing out here. I didn't know y'all was giving it up like that. Look, I appreciate it.
Look, this is a last minute fit. I just woke up.
It's a last minute fit.
20 minutes before we went live, so it is.
It is kind of wild that like I listened to the intro and I was like, this is like an instrumental and like there's no raps on this. Like, what podcast exists with just an instrumental at the beginning of it, zero raps? Just a question.
Hey.
Just a question. These are just questions. That's it.
I will have you talk to our visionary of our team. If you know what I mean, if these are conversations that are ready to be had.
He's shooting to the visionary. That's crazy.
The visionary is not here at the moment, but that is a valid question that we can bring up to him at another time.
Oh yes. Going back to the BCC and what they're doing here. Clearly, I saw a couple of people that were complaining. They were like, "Oh, they're beating up like the lower tier," and I'm like, "Y'all niggas want like a quick story, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. Like this got layers, right?" I like the fact that like they're starting out with like Top Flight, Dark Order as a story makes sense. Like I felt bad for what's up, my man's name? Fabio, Fabio looking one,
Alex Reynolds.
Yeah, Dark Order Fabio. I felt bad for him, man. You know what I mean? But like the story that they, I don't know if y'all saw the backstage segment they did, where it seemed like Evil Uno was like kind of like agreeing with BCC, and they kind of stopped him. And like you said, like this is a whole story that's to be told because you know what I mean. My man Orange Cassidy, he out here looking scared, like straight
running from the grind.
Running.
Call that man Paul George.
That's crazy.
The man had flashbacks. Yo.
I don't think people are getting what they're doing though. The people that are like all these lower tier guys. It feels like Mox is picking guys that seem complacent. Like, hey, these are young guys that have been here either day one or they've been here long enough. And it's like, you comfortable? You comfortable with this spot? Like, even just look at Big Evil Uno, for example. Like, when you guys came in, they did like a whole thing for you. They did a whole lights out entrance for you. Now you're cool with just being like a comedy act that just appears now and then. This what you really want to do? Same thing with Orange Cassidy. Like, yo, you're one of the best champions in the history of this company. You're just cool with just doing this comedy conglomeration stuff. You're cool like having parties and stuff. Like you don't want to. You don't want better than this.
And I think that's what the Orange Cassidy bit on Collision was about. He walked out there, and I think he's thinking in his mind like, maybe these guys are right. Like I have been just kind of hanging out with the conglomeration, been having a good time being in tag teams, just kind of doing my thing. Maybe they're right. Maybe I do want to be world champion. Maybe I do want to stop these guys, but how do I stop these guys when I'm just this Orange Cassidy that they think I am? So I think he's just kind of contemplating what's going on. And yeah, I love them telling the story of Mox of like, these guys have been here long term. They don't have anything going for them. You guys are just kicking it in the back or having a good time in catering. Like, what's up? Like, do you want to do this? Because we set out to have a mission. If you're not a part of it, then you got to get off the boat.
Look, Top Flight hasn't dressed like airline pilots in about 2 weeks. That's how I knew that they were about this business. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole like you can't dress like an airplane pilot and you expecting me to believe that you can whoop somebody's ass. Like that's not how this goes.
And the way that Mox did Action Andretti this week, brother.
Man, it was terrible, man.
Dirty.
That elbow was
filthy. Filthy, bro.
It was crazy, man.
Yo, Light went out there and just got worked. Wednesday and Saturday.
I think it's gonna maybe bring something out of them though, because they're kind of Private Party and Top Fighter in the kind of same boat of like that. We're happy to be here. Like it's been 5 years and you're still happy to be here. Like, nah, we got to get to some business. Like you have all the pieces. You got to put them together. And how are you going to put them together? Because in the face of adversity, you haven't came through, and I need you to come through for a company. That's the kind of thing that I kind of respect about what Mox is saying is he's like, yo, I want AEW to be better. Like my message is kind of crazy. I'm putting bags over people's head, but the message is this company to be the best. And like, can you really be mad at that?
I think people are
the best heels out here are the ones who be right.
You
And nothing Mox has said has been wrong.
You would know all about that, wouldn't you?
Mhm.
Oh,
About,
what?
yeah, you would know all about being a heel and being right, wouldn't you, Nolo? I mean, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
As someone
No,
who's co-host with someone who's right a lot, you know, I'm with you.
Man. No, Mox is right about a lot of things, man. He is.
You know,
I don't know, man. Like the specific stuff he was saying with Private Party, pushing Private Party to be better, and you see what this has done for them. They're in a potential tag team world title feud, and I think, man, when you look at what Top Flight can be and the potential is there, like how long are we going to continue to judge these guys off potential? Like y'all got to get to it. Y'all got to get that W. And I mean, to your guys' point with the Elite, it seemed like Jack is agreeing with Mox. I don't know if other people are picking up on that. It seemed like Jack is looking around like, nah, that guy's about that accent. Y'all playing like, bro, I was ready to light Darby Allin on fire. And y'all acting like I was wilding, bro. We were in that blood and guts match. I was chained up against the gate, and he was like, nah, I quit. And he was like, bro, what?
Set
You
me
better
on
kill
fire.
me,
Do
bro.
it.
Y'all quit. I didn't quit.
And I think it's important to note when we talk about like everything Mox is saying has some truth to it. Like he's already stated, like he didn't want to do that to Brian. Like he had to, like, you know what I mean? Like I think that's going over some people's head. Like he still loves Brian. He's seeing the complacency of what AEW is becoming. And that's where like the whole Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin come into play, and especially about like who can possibly take the title off of Mox. And we've had conversations on the pod about like who would be better suited to do it. I'm on Darby doing it, you know what I mean? Because like for all intents and purposes, I think Darby has been the most, like for me, the most impressive this year. Like I genuinely thought when Sting retired, like I was not going to care about Darby. I didn't want to see him on TV. And like the story that they're telling, that like Darby feels like this is all his fault to begin with. You know what I mean? Like if he had never accepted the match with Jon Moxley, like maybe this wouldn't happen. I think when it comes to the story of Orange, and like I remember we were so mad last year when Orange had the match with Mox at All Out, and then it didn't go anywhere. We thought that was going to be the match that was going to propel Orange Cassidy into like the next main event realm, and it didn't happen. And then I just genuinely thought Orange Cassidy just fell into like this whole complacency, like that's all he was going to do. So like having, in my eyes, like him having that fear of like, I feel like he's kind of like reminiscent about like the match with Mox and like what Mox really put him through. You know what I mean? Like he's realizing like, oh shit, this is a different beast. But out of the two, who do you see can be the one to take the title off? Because like my man Gerard here said, like them beefing a little bit to see who gets to the world title, like that can be an interesting plot point in itself.
I personally think it needs to be Orange Cassidy.
I think it should be Orange because Christian is still waiting in the wings with that contract, and I think whoever beats him is not going to hold that title long. And I think the story of Orange Cassidy winning the belt and finally getting over that hump and then getting screwed by Christian makes more sense than Darby. You don't want Darby's first title win to end that way, but you can do that with Orange Cassidy, and Orange Cassidy can bounce back.
That's a fact. Yeah, I think in my opinion, though, I think like with the BCC is pitching about complacency and like who would die for this? Darby Allin. Like who would like put this belt on the line right now? Who's ready to die for this? Who's going to jump off this building for this belt? Darby Allin's the guy. So I think representing that and kind of what he represents in general is like AEW's heartbeat. Like the fans love this guy. Like what he represents is exactly what the BCC is kind of fighting for. And so him kind of winning the belt, I think would be a great thing. But both of these guys, I think, need a championship run in eventually. So got to get to one of them, you know?
I said, and it pained me when I was typing this out because like the pain I felt in my heart when it comes to Darby, like I feel like the BCC would have to do something like extremely like hurtful
Heinous.
to get pain. And it pained me when I suggested it, but I was like, if the BCC just happened to pull up on Sting, bro, first of all, I probably would find the BCC and fight all of them. You know what I mean? Like,
No, them pulling up on Sting watering his grass would be crazy, dog.
that's what like
That's what I need. That's what I need. That kind of violence. And then they got the bag with them.
Oh,
Like,
no.
come on,
Don't do Sting like that.
Yo, that's gonna be the thing to get young Sting out the gate. That's gonna be the thing to get him on TV.
Okay, look, now we talking.
you know what I mean? Like, I hate having to sacrifice my goat for the greater good, but hey,
That's what goats are for.
it is what they are for.
Well,
You know
people
what I
are
mean?
too off of this Bryan Danielson thing. People are too sad with sad endings, so I don't know if we could see Sting go out like we saw him go out on a high note. Like if the last image we see a Sting with a bag over his head on his front yard, I don't think people really want to see that. You know.
Dog,
Hey.
it make them as hated as possible. And how much more hate can you get than basically attempted murder on on Steve Gordon? He's
Man,
just chilling
listen.
at the crib. He don't even got the face paint on, and then they
He's
pull
just
up on him again.
Right, you know, you got the. I know he
Listen.
got like a golf outfit on, like a dad hat, like me.
I'll look,
Yeah.
hey, and then I'll restore the feeling. I'll jump the railing just to get to the BCC. Like, this shit real to me, man. Like,
You do not want to get with that
Yeah, I don't want that
BCC.
smoke.
Hopping
Yeah.
over there, the BCC really gonna show you what's up.
I don't
Hopping
want
there.
that. I don't want that smoke.
Yo, Scotland, they put you in a plastic bag, man. I'll
Straight
be
up.
like, damn,
That'd be wicked.
That's wild. Putting a fan in a
Hey.
plastic bag.
but like I said, man, like I'm
Content, though.
loving
We'll
just
put
like
that's going to be the next cover of the pod.
that should be tough. That'd be tough. Hey, look, man. Once again, for the greater good, am I willing to sacrifice myself for this podcast?
Yo,
It has to be a line.
nah. Get thrown in the pink cookies in the plastic bag, dog.
Come on.
Yo,
It's crazy out here.
Hey, man, look. And I actually kind of want to get you guys' thoughts on this because the speculation, just for speculation standpoint, does this story take a hit if Shane McMahon happens to be does it take a hit? Because the more like we were joking about it a couple weeks ago, but the more this story has been unfolding, like I just like it with the BCC. But if Shane McMahon happens to be the one that's organizing this whole thing, does it take you out of the story?
Very
Yes.
much so. Yeah,
Yeah,
all the way
listen.
out.
I have said multiple times, I don't understand how people get on their podcast and scream at the monitor and scream into their mic and like bang things. That might be an all-time crash out if Shane McMahon shows up and is a part of this thing. I do not want to see it. I don't want him on my TV.
That
Enough,
Saturday
man. Like,
Grapsody is going to be crazy.
I
if Shane
don't
McMahon
want it.
shows up.
So don't do
Front row
it.
seat, dog. Front
I
row
don't know
seat.
why this rumor has like started like a little snowball. It's an avalanche now at this point. Like, why do people like he took 2 pictures and like Phil said on the pod, it wouldn't even make sense. Like
No.
what they're talking about, and then sports entertainment Shane McMahon shows up. You're like, what?
No.
How? Why is he doing this?
No, Mox coming up and trying to reinforce his point that this was supposed to be a paradigm shift and this is an alternative, and then you're bringing something from over there that's more the same. No,
McMahon.
that doesn't make sense at all.
That's
This
the
is an
craziest
alternative.
part.
Bringing him a man. No, that would be insane.
Yeah. That would be the wild part for me, where I'll get lost, because you're doing all of this to make AEW better, and what you're doing is bringing in a McMahon to save you. No, I don't think that's a good message for what you got
Hey,
going
That'd
on.
be a bad
Hey, man,
message.
Shane popping up on Dynamite with the AEW title wrapped around his waist.
Why?
Hey, man, I'll do a live show immediately after.
No.
We don't need that, bro.
We don't. I don't
That's
want
terrible.
It, man.
I don't want
Don't do
100%.
that to me.
Keep it. Keep
No, I kinda do
Goldberg,
wanna-
keep Shane McMahon, all those keep them over there, you guys.
I do kind of want to see Phil crash out though, because I think that'd be hilarious.
I mean,
I don't.
Just
There's
the
a
one
bright
time.
side
bro.
to this, I guess. Yeah.
I don't want it, man.
But I'm gonna
Don't
crash
do
out
this.
too, so I don't think they want this. Like both of us going ham on a pod, like no, not
Hey,
the
man.
energy you want.
I'll invite everybody on the pod. Hey, come talk to me.
The airing of grievances.
Come talk to
Everybody
us
on the
about,
pod.
do you like Shane McMahon as the new AEW World Champion?
All the grifters are probably like
Christ.
Eric Bischoff will be like, this is a great move, you know?
Look,
Like, those
man.
guys
this
like
is
it.
a money move. Look,
Yeah.
this guy's a draw.
This guy's a draw.
Well, bypassing the BCC, like I said, like AEW for me is becoming destination television, and the part of the reason is because of like MVP and Shelton Benjamin, and Shelton Benjamin just had his debut match against Lio Rush. And fellas, let me tell y'all, I grew up on Shelton Benjamin. You know what I mean? I remember when my man made his debut on Sunday Night Heat before he even became a part of Team Angle. That's how old I am,
Yes,
right?
sir.
You know what I mean? With the blue pants. And you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely feel the performance Shelton Benjamin gave on Dynamite got to be top 3 of his career. I've never seen, like, I don't know why in my head I've never wanted to see a terrifying version of Shelton Benjamin before. We already know, like, athletic-wise, that was a killer in that ring.
Yeah.
That was first of all, we don't need Bobby Lashley. This nigga is massive. Like, that shit is crazy, bro.
That's a big
Yeah,
ass nigga, dog.
Incredible shape for 50 years old. This guy looks phenomenal.
I wouldn't fight him, that's for sure.
Yeah,
No.
No.
nah, but yeah, I absolutely
who?
love
For
this
what?
about it. That like, because I was saying on the pilot, I think we all expected Bobby on Saturday, and we didn't get him. But I think the benefit of it is that this has made Shelton look that much better, and they've given this time to building up Shelton, and he deserved it. It's been dope to see him get his flowers, and because I mean, when he first showed up, he got that massive pop. I was shocked how big that pop was,
Me
just
too.
seeing him backstage.
That was crazy.
Right.
And man, seeing Swerve give him his flowers in the ring and then having this match with Leo, I was like, nah, man, we might need to see more Big Shelton, man. Like, get Shelton in the C2, man. Like, come on.
Which I thought Shelton was just gonna come and hang out. No, Shelton came to fight, dog. Like that was like, oh, you guys got me fucked up. You guys think I'm this old person? You guys think I'm this WWE reject or something? Nah, I'm here to fight. I'm here to fight with the top of the top. Also, got to give it up to the homie Lio Rush.
Without
Incredible
question.
performance, just being himself, elusive, but in the moments he need to sell and bump. Oh my God, that super kick where Leo's
Bro.
head went into the third row. Like, hey yo.
Bro, listen.
Dog,
I've been
that knee Shelton did to him.
Oh, the
Oh,
knees.
yo.
Yo.
Yeah, man. Look, I really wanted Leo to come back to AEW after he had that little short stint because, I mean, as much as we on the internet talk about that tag match that he had, and it was like, yeah, just come back, man. It's cool. Like, I know some things happen. Just come on back. And he ended up back there.
Bygones, baby.
And he's looked great, and I'm ready for some of you guys to not make these corny retirement jokes. It's time in 2025. I think you guys need to let these go.
Gotta retire that. Yeah, gotta retire.
Just
Gotta
stop
retire.
making these jokes, man. They're not funny.
Gotta be over.
I think for like seeing like I finally got a chance to see Lio Rush live when we went to Capital Collision with New Japan, and him and Gabe Kidd had a phenomenal match. And like I don't think like I knew. It's one of those things like I've always known Lio Rush is amazing in the ring, but I think seeing him up close, it's like, God damn, like this nigga's incredible. Like he is incredible. Like he had the crowd in the palm of his hand. And this is like he was the perfect person for Shelton Benjamin. Like he made Shelton Benjamin look intimidating. He made Shelton Benjamin like not to say that it wouldn't have worked with a couple of the guys that are on the roster, but like even like the Irish whip into the corner spot, like Lio Rush made that look more devastating when it need to. And you know, Shelton, he's about to go against Sammy Guevara this week, and I hope he thrashes Mr. Guevara to no end. Like, you know what I mean? Like violence. That's what I need. Violence. But with that being, man, look, give it 20. To be honest with you,
That's crazy.
I don't think we're gonna see
Why y'all
that.
gotta do Sam like that?
I don't
He taking
think
no
we can
offense,
do that.
man.
my bad, dog. 48. There we
That's
go.
wild. I think that's what people expected him to do to Leo. You know, That's what the funniest part of the whole when it was announced. I think people were like, "Oh, Shelton's gonna squash him," and like if he would have squashed him, the perception would have been way different.
Way different.
Like it would have worked because it's Shelton, but like not like it worked. You know.
So let me ask, because obviously, like he's gonna beat Sammy, and then he goes on to meet Swerve the following week. I'm kind of back and forth about like the results of that match because, like, you could do like a double DQ, whatever, no contest. But do you think Swerve can afford another loss? Like, if he loses to Shelton, I'm not saying it's going to hurt his credibility at all, but like, can he lose to Shelton and it just be all right? Like, does Shelton need that win?
No. I think no. It's clearly. I think he's clearly going to lose, and that's going to be the thing that brings Bobby out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. More violence.
Yeah, because like Swerve ain't gonna come back and lose to anybody. Like that could be Kenny Omega on the other side of that. It ain't happening. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I think Shelton is being built up to look like a strong contender against Swerve, and then Swerve overcomes him, and then the real strong contender comes and murders him.
Yeah, isn't the Hangman match technically his only loss this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
This guy's a top star. Yeah, there's not a lot of losses out there.
And I mean, that's an unsanctioned match.
In the loop.
And unsanctioned too, right?
That's an unsanctioned match where he had to knock this man out with his chair. I don't think Shelton's going to come back.
Wait, are we counting Brian? Because he did lose to Brian.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. The Brian match.
Yeah.
Brian was Super Saiyan, though.
That was a different person. That match don't count.
It almost doesn't count. You know what I mean?
Hey man,
nobody could have won that.
I'll never forget.
Nigga, you upset because I know why you're upset.
I'm not even upset. I was literally about.
Are you streaming? Relax, man. Relax. We just having conversations, bro. You do this every time. You do this every time, man. We just having a conversation.
Hey, yo, bro.
Gaslight on air.
This how you acting in front of company? This is what you do?
Hey. It's so funny because I tell people sometimes, like, you can tell when somebody's from here because it's just a vibe we give. But like, dog, just the way he was like, it's such a Chicago thing. Like, I know what that means. Like, I've seen many black people from the city do that. I know what that means. Like, come on, dog. Like,
hey, yo, do we get like, would you do the Bobby debut at the after the match? Because I'm thinking like they kind of set up a match between Swerve and MVP, and then before you even get to like before the match even starts, then Bobby comes out.
Yeah, I want to assume Bobby versus Swerve is going to be the match at Full Gear, so I have to assume Bobby's going to show up before then.
Mm-hmm.
They got to get to it pretty soon, is what you're saying, because that's in 2 weeks, and then Full Gear's 2 or 3 weeks after that. Like, we got to get Bobby on, establish this match, and get to it.
Yeah.
Can you see anybody being like, because MVP's been doing this, like going around giving the card to people. Like, can you see anybody else being included? Like, I personally have seen, like in my head, like Powerhouse Hobbs being included in this. You know what I mean? Like, I said it on the time. Like, I personally would love if Kenny King was brought in. You know what I mean? Kind of like the Beatdown Clan, but with but with like Don Callis, like they just got Cage, Archer. I guess there's really no room for Hobbs in the Don Callis family. So him going over to the Hurt Syndicate would be, in my ideas, like an ideal spot for him to be in, you know what I mean? With MVP absorbing the knowledge that he can from Bobby, Shelton. And I feel like that, like you're pushing Hobbs into an even higher spot than what he would have been with the Don Callis family.
Yeah.
Without question.
I personally think the story with Hobbs when he comes back is, if anybody should feel away with all of this mock stuff, it should be Hobbs. The first guy that came up when he teamed up with when he came up from Dark, it was Mox. Yeah, and like all of this stuff that it didn't really turn into anything, bro, I can see him coming back and being like, no, I'm tired of being in groups. That has not worked for me. Like, I've been in multiple groups, and where has that led?
Yes, sir. Now, Phil hit it right on. I think like this guy is angry and he's ready to tear someone's head off, and being a part of a group probably ain't really the one. And I think I have more interest in seeing him go one-on-one with Lashley, if anything.
Yeah.
I think that, if they're going to grab a fourth member, they need a young, quick hitter. Like, I think Lio could definitely fill that role if they're trying to do that, if they're trying to move in that direction because they've been money before. But like a guy like Lee Johnson or like EJ and Duke, like put just both of those guys in the group. Like they've been being a tag team in ROH. Like put suits on these guys and we're making $1 gazillion, I think, right?
So we don't want Max Caster, correct?
No.
I mean, I want somebody from the Acclaim, but not Max Caster.
Okay,
keep him far away. Unless they beat in Max Caster's ass, then I don't care.
They need their Orton, man, and if they're gonna get an Orton, it needs to be like a young up and comer, like Bowen or like you said, Lee Johnson. Or
Bowens would be fire though. I
be
thought about Bowens a couple of times. I'm like, Bowens
would
would destroy in that thing. They teased it.
Man, watching him last night on that the Maple Leaf show, man, Kevin Knight would be another one. I'd love to see with them.
Yo,
yes. You want some money?
Man, that show was so good.
Yeah, what a fun show.
You guys watched it? It was good.
Yes, sir. Yeah. We gonna talk about it. Yeah, because I definitely got some positive. Oh my god, the alpha. Speaking of the alpha, you know what I mean. Like the general consensus right now is that the triple threat between him, Ospreay, Ricochet is now the greatest triple threat match of all time.
I don't know if
I don't agree with that, but
that's high praise.
Give some time.
Yeah, it was really good.
I don't know if I would say that, but incredible match for sure.
Insane. Like the wildest stuff I've ever seen. Like, when you go into a match, like we know like what these three guys can do. They're three of the best wrestlers in this company, three of the best wrestlers in the world. But what they happen to put together, and like it was so good that I liked the Don Callis interference. Like usually I'm like, get this guy out of here. Why is he in? Blah blah blah. But like it hit, and I was like, oh, I like this. I'm liking everything involved with it, just because that's how hot the match was. This is just like Ospreay is considerably the best wrestler in the entire world. Takeshita's trying to take not just his international championship, but that title as best wrestler in the world with what he's been doing recently. And Ricochet has something to prove because people be having him fucked up, including people on this podcast right now. So I think they went in knowing that the ball was in their court and they went to war. Amazing match. Yeah, definitely one of the best matches this year, but I don't know if I could stand behind best triple threat match ever off rip. Like give it a time. Ask me in a year.
Yeah.
Hey man, I loved the performance from Will Ospreay and Takeshita, and that's really all I gotta say.
Man.
Damn, the hater.
I came away from this thinking like, man, that Vortex really had us having Don fucked up, because at one point Don was a really fun heel manager, and then he was in this Jericho thing for a long time, and I was like, man, I don't need no more of this Jericho Don stuff on my TV. But the further he's gotten away from Jericho, I'm like, wait a minute, Don was a lot of fun. It's like we forgot, like Don is great, like
he is.
A part of that time was like the belt collector, like one of the all-time great reveals of him being a cameraman and him turning to the camera and pulling the fake mustache off.
Yeah,
it's still funny to this day.
He was cooking back then. There was a time when he was one of the best managers, and he got confused with Jericho stuff, and we were just like, ew, but it wasn't really his fault, because like now he's immediately back to cooking again. I'm like, no, Don's a really great heel manager. I think something just went wrong for a few months.
Bro.
Like he popped up on the Maple Leaf joint. I instantly started booing just out of instinct. You know what I mean? Like that to me shows
that's real heat.
Yeah, that's a great, like you said, a great heel manager. I am very intrigued about Kyle Fletcher and where that's going to go. You know what I mean? I've came along on Kyle Fletcher a lot this year, and like I've said it, like it's like there's sons in this business. Like there's Kenny. And then there's Will, and then I feel like Fletcher's going to be that next guy. Like he has that look to him. Yeah. Am I fully committed to a 100% singles run? No. I love Aussie Open. I need more from Aussie Open, but
I forgot about Aussie Open.
Yeah, you're
crazy. I was like, oh shit, that's real.
Damn. Shout out to Mark Davis.
Oh, no.
I didn't forget about Aussie Open, but I'm definitely ready for Australian Joe Burrow to do his thing by himself, man.
I mean,
'Cause
it's
he's
just a
been out here
testament.
killing it.
It's just a testament to Kyle Fletcher more than me forgetting about Mark Davis, because Kyle
Listen.
Fletcher has been killing it. But I'd love to see Ozzy Open again. You know?
If Mark is ready by that show in Australia,
Yes.
Yes.
man,
Yes, please.
Yes.
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 the Aussie chant for them if they came out that day, man, bro.
Woo.
We making $1 gazillion. Throw the money in the ring, you guys.
Like Will just got to take that ass whooping clean. Like he got
That's-
like Will getting stomped out by Ozzy Open. It just seems right in my heart.
That's the kind of best thing about this for Kyle Fletcher is like you get to be like you had a crowning moment there on that show, and it's like you get to be in a feud with the best wrestler in the world. Like you have to like royally screw this up to not come out on top. Like you just have to have the worst matches you've ever had in the history of your life to not come out a huge star after getting to work with Will Ospreay. But I totally appreciate not wanting to be little bro anymore. Like, all right, dog, like I get it. Like I get that's the homie, but I ain't, like I'm somebody too.
You've little bro me long enough.
I'm done here.
See, man, Caleb Newman would never do this, man. He's still in Japan. Like, nah, yep. I'm still willing to be your Rock Lee. I'm not gonna do any of that, dude.
Oh man, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like Kyle got to get the W. Like, it just if Will beat him on the first go, like you've lost all my interest. And like I said, Will's already beaten Kyle Fletcher this year. Like he beat him on his. I think it was his second match when he was a full-time AEW competitor. So
great match.
Phenomenal match. I just feel like it's kind of like the Takeshita Kenny match. Like I love Kenny. Takeshita had to win that match. Yeah. Kyle has to win this match.
Just because it's not a question that Kenny Ospreay's going to put him over. Like it's like no, like of course. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't even be a question.
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, that's your man's. Damn. You know what I mean? Like
I'm not as certain because
damn.
I fully believe that Will Ospreay is going to be champion next year. It's only a matter of time.
That is also a fact. Yeah.
And because part of the reason I think also that Christian is going to end up with that belt is because I think
Christian
is that I think this is leading to Christian versus Ospreay for that belt sometime next year, and Ospreay is going to beat him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I keep forgetting about Christian, dog. Every time I'm like making plans for the future, I'm like, oh yeah, Christian got that stupid cash-in thing that he could do at any moment unless you grab his pin and run away from him.
So I just, like my theory. That's
so stupid, man.
My theory. Look, I got a theory about Christian. I feel like when they booked for Christian to have like this whenever he wanted to, I feel like the plan was a lot different. Like, I feel like the plan was to do Brian and Darby and then Christian take it from Darby like immediately after.
Yeah, I can see
But
that.
I think because the BCC joint has taken off and Brian wanting to drop the title to Mox, I feel like there was like that, oh, damn, that's what you want to do? That's crazy. All right, cool. We can do that. How do we get from point A to point B? I know we talked about it earlier. I still can see Darby winning the title and Christian taking it immediately afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, nah, that does sound very.
They shouldn't though.
They shouldn't do that. That does sound funny. Tony Khan making all this food and like got all these pots on the stove, and then Brian just comes in with pizza, and it's like, oh
yeah, I haven't been doing this all day. That's crazy. Wow, man, there's turkey in the oven. That's crazy.
I mean, the pizza's good though, so I guess
the pizza is good though. You did go to the good pizza place.
Yeah,
man. Last little things on AEW. Anna Jey, she beat Mariah May last night, so she gets a title shot. I see a lot of people not liking this, man. I personally have seen vast improvements with Anna Jey, and I feel like she's earned this title shot. So I'm very happy for her to get this opportunity. I don't get why people like have that idea that like Anna Jey is not good. Like she did the Stardom tour, and she came back like incredible. Like she had an I don't know if y'all watched Rampage. She had an incredible match with Trish Adora. Just a couple weeks ago, Queen Amanada, who I think we were talking about earlier about Queen Amanada and Mercedes Monet being like future rivals. Like, you know what I mean? Like we
need more.
Need that.
Sign me up for 25 more matches, please. Thank you.
That's true. Give me pay-per-view to pay-per-view, to be honest with you, dog. You know, because to be honest with you, you know, I don't even want to talk about Anna Jay and Mariah Meg like that. Mercedes
Bro just moved on.
Yo,
Mercedes and Queen Amanada, like, boom. That's your next TBS champion. That's where we should be at. Queen Amanada is your next TBS champion.
Yeah, that match was so good. But on the Anna Jay thing, she already had like the theatrics and stuff when she first got there. I thought she already had that down pat. I was like, man, once she gets like the character and all the rest of this stuff, she's gonna be good. And so watching her now, it's like, man, she's just so much better as a babyface. Like, it's just so much more interesting. And she had to get the win. I don't understand why people don't understand the point of the eliminator matches. Sometimes it's to set up the match, and so she had to get the win to justify the match because she didn't have enough wins before that to justify a match.
And they have to justify these stipulations because they've done a bunch of these eliminator matches and no one ever wins. And like these battle of the belts never have too many stakes. So it's like, this makes sense. Anna Jay has came back tremendous. Like you guys are describing from Stardom. I was thinking like, what was the thing? I'm like, oh yeah, she was in the Jericho Appreciation Society. I'm like, that's why people were down. Like, well, how does this always happen?
I told you everything is Jericho's fault. That
pretty much.
That is what
I like the learning tree. I don't know about y'all, dog.
I don't hate it. I wanted to hate it, and then I was like, damn it, he got me again.
Big fan.
Hey, my hate runs strong.
It's
we know.
it's not good. It's legitimately the worst thing on the show.
Like I love Mark Briscoe, and I still have not seen the match with him and Jericho. Love Mark Briscoe. Love him to death. I want to see Mark and John Moxley. That's how much I love Mark.
Yeah.
I've not seen the Jericho match. I love Big Bill. I love Brian Keith.
You know they're wrestling again, right?
On Wednesday. Yeah.
Wait, what?
You know they're wrestling?
Yeah.
They're wrestling again.
It's a ladder match or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's a ladder match.
It's Chris Jericho standing up there with the Ring of Honor Championship.
Get ready to learn Spotlight. Isn't that his theme now? Get ready to learn Spotlight.
Yo,
come on, man.
Yo, if they're gonna have Mark lose to him Wednesday, he couldn't just lose at the pay-per-view, so I could have been BGW champion. That's all.
You're trying to benefit off of this. That's crazy. Come on.
Yes.
Mark Briscoe.
See the selfishness. Who is the BGW?
If he's gonna lose on Wednesday, then what's the point?
Who is the BGW champion, by the way?
It's DMac.
I'm technically gonna make an executive decision. Nobody claimed victory, so therefore the match ended. The predictions ended in a draw. So I'm still the champion.
Oh wow! Executive decision.
It's DMac. It's DMac.
Phil didn't even. Phil's not even a part of this, and he didn't like. He was like, "Whoa!" That's
I was like, "Whoa, you doing some Bischoff shit? Like, what's this?"
Yo,
like Phil not even in the decision process, and he was like, "Nah."
Wait, what on?
He does this all the time. He comes up with some declaration of why he should always be able to keep the belt. And
he put some numbers together too. He was like, because this thing connects to this thing, and then these two. I'm like, all right, no, he had a plan.
Hey, technically, I did say that my title was not on the line for Wrestle Dream, so he could be the television champion.
Another declaration that you came up with.
Yep, running from the grind. That's crazy.
Hey, that's what a champion does. The champion defends it when he wants to. I apologize. Not. Yes, my love. There was a good reason this time. See, it's about time. It's about time that my wife agreed with me on something.
A good time, huh? You're like, man, let me get one.
Just one. I'll
give you a little one on your podcast.
Just one W.
Nah, man. You standing on that turnbuckle with the belt up and Deborah coming behind a clap like Rock up there, like, yo, come on, dog.
Put her hand up like, yeah, that's it.
I randomly think about that all the time because it's so funny how like she just walks up and starts clapping, and Austin's looking at her like, "Man, if you don't get the fuck out of
What the
here."
fuck are you doing in the ring with the Rock?
What are you doing?
It's a touchy subject though with Stone Cold. Listen, they don't want to talk about it, and neither do I. So let's move on.
Not here.
I'm just saying, dots could be connected again.
Oh my days. Going over to WWE. Not a lot happened this week, to be honest with you. One really like significant week. Key things, obviously. Psych nigga Motor City Machine Guns made their debut. The greatest tag team of all time.
Yeah.
You stood up the whole match, didn't you?
Yes, sir. Oh, nigga, did I?
You for that theme song? You stood up for that?
Top 5. I don't know if they're the greatest of all time, but they're up
Whoa, buddy.
Oh, yes. This is what I've been waiting for.
there.
This is what.
Okay,
Like they have definitely been in the ring with the greatest tag team of all time. That's for sure.
Brother.
I was
Yeah,
impressed.
sure, it's my popcorn.
Love you dearly.
Sure.
Hey.
Like the genres that like they're there too, you know what I mean? Like I guess if like the Young Bucks or Michael Jackson, they could be, Tito maybe.
Yeah, rest in peace to young
God
Tito,
damn.
man.
Yo,
Tito got some
R.I.P.
shots.
Tito.
Rest in peace to Tito. No, Tito was hard. Like he's a good inaugural part of like he's there. Like he's like if you say Jackson 5, you're like, yeah, Tito was there. He definitely belongs in the conversation. But like Mike is the guy,
What?
Like they were there. They were there for sure. Like the Young Bucks couldn't do it by themselves. They needed Tito too.
Yeah, they needed their fathers.
They needed Marlon.
The
Michael
guitar.
Marlon.
Listen, man. If Tito didn't go pick up that guitar and
That's what I'm,
You see it.
and Joe was sitting there like, man, better not mess up, boy. And he played well, and
You
that's
see
how
it,
we got
hey.
Jackson 5, bro.
You see it. See, Phil
real-
sees it.
real quick. Shout out to Tito sacrificing that ass whooping to pick up
he
that
did.
guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody brought up that point. They were like,
He knew what time it was. He knew that they was gonna get to it. Like, listen, I'll take this one, and then we're gonna get to it.
hey, listen, like, so the Machine Guns, like the theme. While I was hoping for the TNA theme, I don't mind the Def Rebel joint. I will say this because there was a couple people online talking about how like they got no pop. I don't know what they were watching. I heard a crowd response.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They
Like
got
I
pop.
heard it. There were people like, oh, they people were quiet. Nigga, what? No, they were not.
No, they weren't.
Nah.
They was hating, dog. I don't understand why you like. I know that a lot of WWE fans don't know like a bunch of stuff that be going on, but there be ones that be knowing who people are. Y'all ain't gotta hate
I haven't
on
heard this.
all
I'll
of them.
listen to this live on air. God awful, horrible, the worst thing I've ever heard. I think. Raise your fist.
Raise your fist.
Oh my God, this is generic rock bullshit, dog. Y'all got SmackDown versus Raw 2012 music.
I was
What is this?
I was waiting the whole time. I thought the because I'm so used to the TNA joint, so I'm like, oh, that's them. They're definitely wrestling like them, but it's not the music.
I will admit, somebody did dub the TNA joint over the WWE joint. I was like,
Fire.
this is not a good look.
There's
Yeah.
no way that TNA theme costs that much. Like, yo, give
Bro.
me that theme, dog. Here's
Yeah,
$30.
I think that was the Wrestle Covers account that did that.
Yeah. Shout out to them. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It doesn't matter. It's the fucking Motor City Machine Guns. You guys.
yeah, all jokes aside, like, they are genuinely my favorite tag team. I don't think the only thing that probably would have irritated me about this presentation if they had changed their names. But so
Right.
like, you know what I mean? But like to me, like I think I was gonna love
That'd have been wild.
That would have been
It would've been
crazy.
sick. It would have been sick. Like if this was 4 years ago, it would have been a name change. They would have been
Yeah,
It
for
would
sure.
have been, yep, totally.
Aylin Stone.
Oh,
And,
Aylin Stone is great.
Halen.
Yo, dog, they'd have called
And,
them the
like,
Detroit
Corbin.
Pistols.
The Detroit Pistons.
Detroit Pistols, yo.
Things would have been bad. Look, but yeah, they're presented how they are. It's Alex Shelley, it's Chris Sabin, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I mean, this is good news for tag team wrestling. I would hope, I pray every day to the sky
Yeah.
that it's going to be, every time I think like this is it for tag team wrestling, it never is. But I'm going to think that this is, you can't have these two guys sitting back there and be like, no, we still don't care about tag team wrestling. Because if you do, if they don't, this is the test. If they don't fix the tag team division with the fucking Motor City Machine Guns in the building, they're never going to fix it.
Like for me, like there's so many like to me, like I remember the process. Like I was going wherever they were going. They went to AEW, I'm going to AEW. They go to New Japan, I'll be there. You know what I mean? Like I love just the idea of like you're saying, like if they can't get the tag team division right with the Machine Guns, like you got to question a lot of things. Like I need to see them in the New Day. Like I said it yesterday. Like I don't care how it happens. I just need to get there. New Day, like the War Raiders. Who you said?
Usos. That's the match.
Yeah.
Usos, dog. Usos. Come on.
The number 2.
They're getting back together, right? Like this is all there. It's all coming together slowly, but yeah, that's got to happen.
Shoot, like man, Frazier and Axel, like there's Street Profits, like there's so many. I'm not gonna lie, don't really care for them in DIY like that. That's just me.
Oh,
I think it's gonna hit.
Shots fired.
I'm sure.
Yo, this man has been down on DIY for at least 2 years.
They're their sons, dog. Like you don't think they're gonna have fun with their sons?
They gotta get their NXT music back. Like I don't know what you guys pay CFOs to just get the NXT DIY theme back, but
this is like
Dude,
that's gonna be like the Rockers versus the Bushwhackers.
No, like my guy Johnny Gargano went to the school of Alex Shelley, dog. Like that's his big bro. Like he does Alex Shelley spots.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like DIY is very similar to them. Like
they're
you got the smaller cruiserweight guy that's kind of like Saban, and then you got the other guy that was famously a heel. Like they're very similar.
Hey,
is that why you don't like them?
Huh?
Is that why you don't like them? They too much like them. They too much like your like the ones you love.
To be honest with you, I never even correlated that they were very similar like that. I just don't think I care for DIY. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like when
their theme is hot garbage.
It's trash.
Terrible.
They all kind of like they have that A-Town. Damn, like they make a bunch of themes that are that same genre. The Austin Theory, the DIY, this new Motor City Machine Guns with like dumb chanting / rapping / talking. It's like this sucks.
Yeah, hey, no, I was in the crib raising my fist. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that report where they were saying that WWE would do more licensed music. I'm like, yo, remember me saying this? Jimi Hendrix Machine Gun for the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh, look at that.
Fam, do it.
Look at that. And they love older music. That's really gonna hit. Let's go.
I'm with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the little things with the Machine Guns. Like, I'm just very excited. That's one of the major things on my bucket list I've not done. I've not seen the Machine Guns live. I'm hoping at some point in the next 6 months that we can cross that off. Staying on SmackDown, obviously, it seems like we're kind of like drifting into a potential heel run for Bianca and Jade. And I just want to say I'm very excited about that prospect. You know what I mean? It seems like they've now brought up the Meta Girls. You know what I mean? The Cocoa Butter Sisters, Last Legend Shakara Jackson. But do
they should not call up? By the way, you guys.
Who?
Jakara and Lash.
Why?
Have you seen them work?
Yes.
And you like that? You've seen them work, like you said when they go ding ding ding, and they start, and then like they touch, and then they like do moves. You've seen that, and you were like, yeah. Stop.
Hey, Phil,
Down was on.
I love it.
Did you know who they were wrestling against?
What this past? You talking about
ever?
Wow.
I love those girls. They're beautiful, but beyond that,
hey,
back to NXT and
stay
there.
You don't nothing. You don't like.
There's the point of having NXT. You need this. Have you guys seen them work? I'm not even kidding. They're bad at this.
Hey man, you're bad.
They are bad at. I love these.
That could be two different things.
They are bad at this. They need to stay in NXT for like 5 years.
You
I
feel
won't-
the same? You feel that way about Lash?
Yeah. Have you seen Lash work, dog?
Yes, I have. Yes.
When they were
I
like, these people
understand
on
you said that
SmackDown,
about
I was
Jakar.
like, what SmackDown? Like, is there a new
What
SmackDown that's not
SmackDown?
on this?
Insane, bro.
It's crazy.
Wow.
Yo, I won't say that they're bad. I don't think they're ready to move up though. I think that
Maybe
they're.
that's what I could say. I put it in a bad package, but they're not ready to be up there.
I don't think they're ready. I think they're specifically here for this angle with Bianca and Jay, but I don't see them staying up after this.
So why can they not do both in the meantime? Like, why can like that transition? They can still be in NXT and still be on SmackDown, and then when the time comes, this man
They're
shaking his
not
head.
ready for that.
But no, I think that that's
This
the
is
right
on
move.
national TV. These people need to see developed people, like people that they're gonna. This is forever. So like they're seeing them now, and in 5 years they're gonna remember seeing them on SmackDown, and that's not a good thing.
But I do think that that's the reason why this is a good thing, because you have them on SmackDown, and if they are going to go back to NXT, that's one of your reasons to go, hey, watch NXT, because that's where they're going to be regularly. And I kind of feel like that's what they're going to do, because even their entire packaging is still the metaphor thing. They're not giving them anything new. They're not giving them new music or anything, which kind of leads me to believe they're not done with them on NXT. I could be wrong.
I see. I mean, I read something that like the plan now is to move the metaphor up to Raw or SmackDown.
Oh, really? With
Yeah.
Noam and everything?
With Noam and Aura, you know what I mean? Like,
I like.
So
those
I
guys.
think-
I think those guys could work if they're gonna be like their managers. Yeah, for sure. Bring those other two up. They're
that's
good.
crazy, dog.
No,
you guys,
no,
what are you guys doing? Why are you guys playing this game? These are not.
It's not a game, man.
This is this. This is a joke. This is a bit.
Noam Dar is underrated, though.
Noam Dar is a really good worker.
Extremely underrated.
He should have been called up like 5 years ago.
Hey, man, that's Scottish supremacy right there. So, you know, I'll never
Yeah, no, that's your boy. We all
I'll
know.
never say anything bad about Noam. Short, man, is short. Was next to him at Wale. Next to him at Wale Mania. I was shocked.
Hey, man, has a type.
He definitely has a type. He definitely has a type.
This is
That's a fact. That's a fact, dog.
Hey, man, look, I respect
Listen,
it.
Hey, I see you,
I
big
respect
dog.
it.
I see you, big dog.
craziness. Jey Uso popped up, Bloodline. You know, what do y'all boys think about Solo?
Solo. I think Solo plays his role very well. And I think the stuff they've been doing to lead up to the War Games match has showed that he's very good at the heel stuff. Now, do I think he's ready for the big matches that he's in sometimes? Not really. But I think he does a very good job of playing his role. And he's done a good job of not just building anticipation for Roman to come back because he's gotten so much good heat, but every week we get these beatdowns. It's like, yeah, it's time. We want Roman to get the band back together and beat these guys.
I think that Solo is making the call for Jacob even more. Like people want Jacob
That too.
more because Solo's there doing his job. And I think he's great at it. Like Phil said, some of them Cody Rhodes main events probably shouldn't have been out there, but you know, they were trying to get to somewhere. But I think playing the role and us being like, Jacob's soon going to be the one, Jacob's soon going to be the one is really where he's shining at.
See, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, I agree with both of y'all. I do think Solo as the character that he's playing, and I think some people might be like looking too deep in his character. Like, there's a reason why he's being the character that he is. Yeah. I think an underrated point from this past Friday was like Roman essentially trying to manipulate Solo. Yeah. And Solo's so hip to Roman's game, he was like, Nah, you know what I mean? Like, but then there's a layer to that too. Like, you just seen your cousin getting his ass stomped out, and the Ulufala is more important than your cousin. Like you have not changed, my nigga. You are still.
Well, I feel like Solo's like, I'm already doing somebody's bidding, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, Solo good. Yeah, Solo.
You can say whatever you want, dog.
Yeah,
like,
Solo fine.
Bro,
I know who my boss is.
Yeah, I know who my boss is.
Nah, he's backstage saying like, "Nah, I don't fear this man more than I fear The Rock." But
exactly,
I think that stuff this week was so good because you gave people that distinction of what Roman is potentially like a babyface again, because he was doing more babyface stuff this week, but also having him pull his card of like, nah, you haven't really changed. I'm not going to do anything different because you haven't done anything different. And it's the whole line of like, man, if I went and I was a doctor, my cousins would have been the same. And it's the same thing here where if Roman wasn't doing all this stuff and abusing his entire family, none of them would be like this.
Right.
Solo wouldn't be doing any of this.
He would just been happy to be here, homie, trying to be on the team. Like, we're all family. Let's have fun. But nah, like, you created these monsters. Now we all want to be at the top. Now we all want to be tribal chief. Now we all beefing.
I do love, like, it's little things in this story that I really appreciate. Like, I like that they're alluding to, like Jey pretty much saying, like, why did you bring in Tama and Tonga? Like, why did you bring in Jacob? Like, there's a reason why we stayed away from Jacob. Because, it blends in, like, the questions that we all, like, most people with fantasy book, what would Jacob Fatu look like in the bloodline? What would the Gorillas of Destiny look like in the bloodline? Going back to, like, you guys saying Solo and this building up Jacob, the interaction between Jey and Jacob had me like, oh, I need to see this match. I need to see Jey Uso and Jacob Fatu. That goes into the question, does Jacob Fatu cost Jey Uso the Intercontinental title? Because that's tomorrow, right? Him and Jay and Braun?
Yes.
Yes, people are already very sad if Jey Uso is gonna lose. That I've been seeing. I'm like, but Braun, I didn't think it was his time. I was very shocked when Jey Uso beat him. I'm like, I didn't think it was Braun's time. So like, if he wins it back tomorrow, wouldn't be shocked at all. And yeah, I'm kind of on the line of I think that the Jacob and them are gonna do the interference to set up this War Games match further.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen because I do think Jey should get a better reign as champion, but I do think it's going to.
Because like, does he need the championship when he's with the gang?
He doesn't.
It pushes him. It pushes him into the fan because he don't even really want to deal with this family shit no more.
Yeah,
he's like, you see how successful I am without y'all. Now, making him lose the Intercontinental title makes him have to deal with them all over again. It just pulls you back in, baby.
Jey is somebody that you can easily manipulate because if he was really done with his family, he wouldn't have popped up on SmackDown. But deep down, he's sad. He misses his brother. You know what I mean? Like,
no, what's happening. Pops put that call, and Pops is all over the internet. Like, hey, y'all better get this shit together. Pull up to your brother's house.
I'm surprised Rikishi hasn't wandered on stage yet.
No, seriously. I'm like, they have to have like security out front. Like, do not let Rikishi in here.
In fact, it was probably Rikishi who told Jey, when you see your brother, smile at him.
Yeah. No, he definitely gave him that call. Like, call your brother. Like, I've definitely gotten that phone call from my dad of like, yeah, call your sister. I'm like, man, I don't want to talk. Call her. I'm like, all right, man, leave me alone, man.
I'm doing it, man. Damn, get off this phone with me.
I got you.
I'm telling you, man. But yeah, now like I said it a couple weeks ago, man. I don't know. It's maybe a fantasy booking, man. I want the Rock and War Games. That's what I want.
I don't see it happening, buddy.
Oh,
yeah.
You got it. What did Punk say? You got to get that fantasy booking shit up out of here, bro. I don't see the Rock in this match. Like, the idea of
cargo.
The idea of you possibly finally getting this Rock Roman match after you've been trying to get it for all this time and putting this guy in a match where he could potentially get hurt before that. I don't know about that, bro.
In a bubble, brother.
Hey, look. You could put the Rock in the match and nobody touch him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have that moment where him and Roman.
You could do it. I mean,
yeah, come in, do the Rock thing, just take everybody out. Totally.
Like,
it's a way to do it, but I don't know if I believe
they shouldn't.
I think and then, like, I was looking at
having him to show up is good enough.
Yeah.
Hey Nick, no, I need the trunks. I need him to bring out the Muhammad Ali belt. I need him to bring the Muhammad Ali belt in the ring.
So no one has answered why he got the belt all the time. Though, like, I feel like Muhammad Ali, big fan, dog. I'm a big fan. If I had that belt too, but like, why you got it though? Everybody else got belts though.
You're not. Man, listen. You're not doing the
Batman.
science, bro. He's been trying to tell Cody Rhodes that he's offended all this time. You are not the people's champion. I am.
Okay. Okay. I wasn't doing the knowledge, you know?
Yeah.
I just thought it was Batman got utility belts. Solomon Grundy wanted the utility belts too.
So I'm gonna be 100% honest. To this day, I still don't know how he why does he have that belt? Like when did that
I don't know where it came from.
Like,
that
it's just like you
happened?
start showing up with it.
I
Like
don't know
this
where
is
it
mine.
came from.
Like,
So
where
like
did
in
that
my
go?
in my head when we were in Philly, like we were out that Friday, like we were doing the Ring of Honor, we went to For the Culture, so we missed SmackDown. So then we get to Mania, and I'm like, why does he have whose belt is that? I was like,
Whose belt is that?
like did something happen and we just never saw it?
He won the prediction from Stand and Deliver, and that's where
He came with the fantasy football belt. Like what belt is that? Like why do you have that?
he got it at the Hall of Fame show, right? Is that where he got it?
Is that what? Like, I, still
I
don't know
think
what,
that's
like,
where
I
it is
know he
because
was
I didn't watch
gifted
Hall of
from-
Fame, so
know
I
he was
think that's what it
gifted
was.
the thing from Muhammad Ali's family. Like I'm
You
with
took
you,
it from
but,
the
like,
family?
what-
Yeah,
like,
I
what?
think it happened at the Hall of Fame. I think Muhammad Ali's daughter gave it to him there, or his wife. Somebody from his family gave it to him.
He was just like, "This is I'm the champ." Like, can you defend it? Like, I have questions, Rock. Like, just like I'm with you. You can carry it anywhere you want. You're Dwayne Johnson. You're the man. Like, but like, can
Who's gonna
somebody
stop him?
challenge for it? Can Cody get
Is
a
this
shot?
like
at
the
it?
FTW belt? Is this
That's what I'm
this
saying. Like, does it have lineage? Like, can it go somewhere?
It's the real world championship. That's what
See?
it is. He's gonna.
I'm not gonna front. I could really care less about Cody and The Rock at this point.
I don't. Is
I
like,
just-
is there interest in that from anybody at this
not
point?
like the problem was like I feel like they looked at it so long term that like they didn't equate for like the length. Like if this match had taken place, like if for just I'm just throwing it out there, if they had done the match like within a good time frame from when Mania ended to maybe about the first Saudi show of the year, cool, that would have been idea. The idea of them stretching this to Mania just doesn't sit right with me. I feel like Cody has to get away from this story. Like, but and on top of that, like Cody's got more other things like to deal with right now. Like the Kevin Owens thing, that could be a long-term program. If you're bringing Randy into it, that's a long-term program. The idea that like Cody just has these quick feuds with Kevin and potentially Randy. You're doing this one-off with Gunther, like so. Then by the time you get to the Rumble, he's back with the Bloodline. Like this shit doesn't just sit right with me anymore.
Yeah.
Keep him far away, dog. It's been long enough.
Yeah. Nah, keep the family away. He should have had the SummerSlam match with Rock. That's what they should have done. He should have. And I mean that was the report at one point. There's gonna be the SummerSlam match. I don't know what happened because I mean, if you remember, like Cody was doing radio and stuff around that time, and he called out the Rock at that time. So I thought that's where it was going, and then it didn't. So I don't know.
Yeah, the ship might have sailed. I mean, they can always bring heat, show that documentary again. People will get interested in it, but like the interest is now in Rock and Roman. If like anything,
listen, if the Rock comes back to regular TV and again, and he starts promoting, people are gonna want to see it, bro. He willed this into existence earlier this year and got people interested in that tag match, so he can get people interested in this Cody match. But
beat Cody's ass one more time outside of his truck, like we're back.
Yeah, in the streets of Chicago, making this man bleed. Really Rosemont. Semantics.
Gotta throw that in.
Because it's not Chicago. That's why.
All right. Relax.
See how aggressive he be getting.
I feel you. He came in hot.
Nolo in his killer heel era right now.
I know how the Chicagoans get about their spaces, man. You don't want to challenge them. They don't bring up the concrete beach, man. They
why
don't
do
like
people
that.
think that's a
See,
thing?
look, there you go. There you go. Immediately.
Why do y'all think that's a thing, man?
Concrete Beach is hard. Like it's almost like a hip hop album title or something.
There are real beaches in the city. I don't know why.
I'm from the Concrete Beach. Don't that sound hard? hard. Look at me, man. I'm doing my thing, man. Come on, dog.
Hey, the way I laughed earlier, if you guys have not seen the Fat Joe show on Stars, it's great. But he's interviewing LL Cool J, and at one point he's explaining like why he's not bothered by any of this Kendrick Wayne stuff and how Wayne is like, nah, these are champagne problems. And he drops this bar at like this jewel of knowledge, and Joe sits there for a while and he's like, nah, I feel like you barred up, bro. I don't know why I thought that was so funny, but I was dying laughing.
I didn't know this was a thing. I'm
No,
very.
it's great.
Damn.
It's great.
Fat Joe show.
No, he's got like a talk show on Stars where he interviews people. So on the first episode he interviewed Meth in Staten Island, which was
Dog,
incredible.
How did I know?
Yeah, I did not know this was a
Sign me
thing.
all the way up.
I didn't know he had a show, dog.
He had Amari Hardwick on the second episode, and then he had LL Cool J on the third episode. I think he's got Mary J lined up for the fourth episode.
Very interesting.
I
We'll
know
be
what I'll be
finding
doing
that.
with this.
Yes.
No, it's great. I was skeptical at first, but I had it on because it came on right after power went off one day, and I was sitting there looking. I was like, "Wait a minute, now this is actually good."
Oh,
Yes.
shit.
Very
Yeah,
interesting.
let's see. Oh, Zack Sabre Jr., the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion.
Zach.
My guy. You know what I mean? The mighty don't kneel.
That bum Naito.
Straight bomb, dog.
All right.
You gotta
Let's
do
relax.
Naito
Let's
like
relax.
that, man. Come on, man.
the way you see Jakara and Lash is how I see Naito.
That's
Whoa, whoa,
Hold
whoa.
on.
That's how I see it. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Relax.
All right.
Rewind.
Hey.
Come on.
My man.
Hey,
Mine has
question,
been
All right.
crossed.
question for y'all. What was the last Naito match you enjoyed?
Zack Sabre Jr. It was
This
about
match
3
that I
days
just
ago.
watched.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
Before that.
Look, hold on, Nolo. I got you. What was the last Naito match that you enjoyed that he contributed?
This match that I just watched, that
3
match was
days
great.
ago.
That
Match was great.
You can't say but
That
not
match was
one.
great. He had he had good matches in the G1. Like, what do you mean?
Didn't he put on a good one with Great O'Khan in the G1?
Yes, he had two
Nah.
Great O'Khan matches this
Come
year
on.
that were good.
You know what? I'm not even going to dispute you, mainly because you're probably right. I didn't watch the G1 this year, so
Shame
I
on you. See, man,
apologize.
coming in here without all the information.
all-
Come on, man.
Crazy.
Hey, nah, man. Look. This is not about Naito.
I saw him in Capital Collision, and I was like, "Oh,
Shit was terrible.
Listen, they're all not the best. Like they're all
Yeah,
not
man.
it. Like
No, that
sometimes,
match-
he,
That's that Capital
sometimes he
Collision.
stays in Japan and like sends his
Y'all
body to
got
America.
T-shirt Naito, man. Y'all can't be judging
Do you
on
know how
T-shirt
crazy?
Naito.
You know how crazy I looked at Capital Collision when I was booing him and everybody was cheering him?
It's a
Because
legend,
there's
bro.
some people
It was
you
insane.
can't boo. Like you just can't boo Naito. Like I tried to boo Tanahashi one time and people were mad, dog. You can't do that.
Nah, you
I'm surprised they didn't jump you, to be honest.
Like,
with
yeah,
you.
exactly.
Going
I was like,
days,
yeah.
bro? What you
I was
doing?
like, haha, yeah, I was just
Yo,
kidding.
how did you
Man,
make
that's
it out
crazy.
the arena, dog?"
No, I said it was a joke. No, this is a joke, y'all. Who said that? It wasn't me. I love Tanahashi. They were
Hey,
mad.
look, man. Zack Sabre Jr. I love being the IWGP. You know, he just had the match with Sonata earlier this morning at Royal Quest. Like I said, I've fallen off on watching New Japan. Like I try to keep up as much as I can, but Zack Sabre Jr. having the title does like it makes me want to watch. It makes me want to get back into watching it full time. Do you think that this was the shot in the arm that New Japan needed? You know what I mean? Obviously, they got the new regime with President Ace running things. Obviously, it's not something that's going to take off right away, but do you think Zack Sabre Jr. leading the helm, that's the right move?
Absolutely. I think they needed some new blood in the world title picture. They're building up guys. You can see it with the guys they're building up. Like Oiwa just came back from his excursion. He looks great. Suji looks great. Shingo continues to look great. They have guys that you can put in that spot, but I think finally giving Zach his spot, like this was the perfect time to do it because you don't have Okada anymore. Naito is not what he was. Tanahashi is on his way to retirement. And so if you're going to give somebody that has been there for the longest and has been overdue, it was time. It was time for give Zach to win.
It feels like this year has been, I don't want to say a reset, but they've a refresh is probably a better thing with New
Yeah.
Japan, and like they've trying to establish a lot of younger stars. They try to reestablish some traditions that kind of run in New Japan, and I think this is the perfect thing because like Zack Sabre Jr. has been being built up this whole year. Had the matches with Bryan, just kind of win G1, been getting his shit up. Like this felt like the natural progression. It felt good. You know what I mean? Like when you want to have a moment happen. Phil and I talked about it for weeks. It's like this could not happen. It is New Japan. He's not challenging him at Wrestle Kingdom. It's a different time. Like this could be bad, but it wasn't bad. He got his moment. He got a great match out of Naito. Like what a great way to cap off an insane year. I'm really excited about what he does at Wrestle Kingdom and what he does moving forward.
You know, like at Royal Quest, like there was a pivotal moment because I didn't watch all of it. I just watched a few things, and like one of the things, like I've been real high on Drilla Mahoney.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's been like getting a chance to see him live. I thought he was phenomenal. I can see eventually in 2025, like him having a run potentially with the junior heavyweight title. You know what I mean? Even though that man is not built like a junior heavyweight, that is a certified, you know what I mean? Or like even like Kevin Knight, I see a singles run coming up. But there was a key moment with Shota Umino and him coming out, and he got booed by the crowd in London. And you know the crowd been booing him for a little bit, right? And it reminded me so much of Naito in the term of like, you know, right before Naito went to Mexico and did the Los Negropolis, like I think that's what Shota needs. He needs like that pivotal moment of doing something that's turning the negative reaction he was getting into something that could work for him long term, right? Mm-hmm. Whether that's, I saw somebody they brought up there like this should be the opportunity where he reconnects with Mox and like kind of starts like a BCC in Japan, which you know, I mean, whatever. But like, do you think like, because when we're talking about young stars and you needing people to build up, I used to think he was the one that had the most potential, and I don't think he's just figured it out yet. So do y'all think he just needs that one little switch that makes him separate himself from the rest of the pack?
Listen, man, he just needs a reset, man. He needs to change his presentation. He needs to, you know, change his look around. I'm ready for them to retire the name Blackpool Combat Club as well. Yeah. Just start calling them the Death Riders, man. They come out to the Death Rider music. Yeah, just show that, bro. I know you still got that Death Rider jacket at home, bro. Get that joint out the closet. It's time, dog. It's time.
And I'm tired of people messing up the acronym. It's been awkward on the pod, like the BCC. It's very easy to screw it up. It's happened way too many times on the pod, and I don't like reading it. It makes me feel awkward. Like, so just get a different name at this point.
I mean, honestly, the name Blackpool Combat Club should have died when Bryan did. And that's when it should have been gone away.
Essentially, it did, I think. Yeah, they just got to say it out loud.
Fuck with him, yeah. I never understood how people like messed up that acronym in the first place. Like to me, it's not. To me, it's not hard. This like I don't know.
What I mean?
Yeah, like I don't. But like I don't know if this just goes like I grew up.
Just one B, you guys. Yeah, no more. You stop. You move on.
Like niggas is just immature. Like
I mean, I think it's what happened is it's autocorrect. It's like they put BCC and it's like, did you mean?
Is this what you were talking about? Yeah.
they see somebody's search history. Like, what's going on?
Yo, I'm about to say they say it in their phone that much that it messes it up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, did you mean?
What you typing in your phone, bro? Like, what's going on?
Just change it, you guys. It's weird.
Yeah. Speaking of, like we were talking about Tanahashi, you know what I mean, he's announced the retirement date. I know his knees are very much happy.
Screaming.
Knees are like, thank God. Can't wait.
Like when we saw him at Capital Collision, he came out first. We were like, this is done by design. My man did the greatest hits and he did them well.
Sure
you
did.
know what I mean? Yeah. And I think for some people, like just the idea, just think about it like this. We've seen the retirement of Sting. We've seen the retirement We're about to get the retirement of John Cena. Who else has retired recently? Like we've had a lot of people like that we've grown up on, like kind of calling it a career. Like we don't have many moves, but AJ left.
Damn.
Now we got Tanahashi calling it a day, and I don't think people truly understand like the importance of Hiroshi Tanahashi. Like that man single-handedly saved New Japan Pro Wrestling from Inoki and his wild ass bookings.
Inoki at him.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was an avid wrestling. I've never stopped being an avid wrestling fan. There was years that I didn't care about New Japan just because they weren't popping like that. I went back to watch New Japan because of Tanahashi and Okada. Like he brought me back. Him and Okada specifically. I was like, I have to watch this. Everybody's talking about this. That's all the wrestling world is saying. Like he did this and like he carried the company on his back for so long. And he was the face of the company. And it's like, it feels crazy when stuff like this. Great Muda just retired too. It's like they have these retirements and of people like when I was a kid, I watched this person. I've been watching them growing up in these different positions. It's like crazy that they get to this. Can he stop doing the frog splash at this point? Like we got like, you don't have to do the greatest hits, dog. Like them knees can't take the frog splash anymore.
No.
Hey man, if you do it off the third rope, the bottom one,
The
like,
bottom
maybe,
rope, yeah,
then maybe you're good. But like you going all the way to the top, like you don't have to prove nothing to us.
No,
We're
we've
good.
seen it.
Like you a legend. Are there any key like matches you want to see from Tanahashi? Like we got pretty much one more year with him left.
Yeah.
Like I just seeing this right here, like Nakamura and Wrestle Kingdom is what got him into New Japan. I would love if somehow a deal got worked out and Tanahashi had one last match with Nakamura. I think that'd be tough.
Yeah, they keep sending him to Noah because they're telling you guys this is about the best you're gonna get.
I want him in Japan, dog.
Yeah, he's going to Noah. That's why they sent AJ over to Noah. They're not. I don't see that.
AJ don't be in the Noah. What he over there for?
Hey, Punk told you about that fantasy booking.
Hey.
Yeah, man. I would love that in theory to see the Nakamura match. I don't think we're going to see it. I do think we're going to get another Okada match. I think it's inevitable.
Yes.
I mean, because the thing that made Okada coming back and beating Tanahashi and the Rainmaker effect, that's really what put him on the map. Yeah. Their rivalry is just like, man, there's no way we don't see that match again.
I'm like, I've seen them wrestle before, huh? Weren't they in the main event of the
Mercedes
Mercedes debut? Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we see Okada again. This is a match that I want to see.
I mean, it looks like they were like it looked like they were teasing a potential Kenny match, like that little segment that they did. Like it seemed like kind of like one last time. Yeah, I'm sure. Look, man.
Yeah. It seems like they're gonna team up. If I had to guess, I think this is all leading to him tagging with Kenny against the Bucks. That's why they did that Bucks vignette. And,
damn, that's unfortunate.
Oh yeah.
That's why I think it's going.
This man said that's unfortunate.
That's crazy.
No, that seems like the move because to me, like, man, they went teamed with Kenny's biggest op in the world, Okada, and so that's what Kenny's gonna do. Go team with Okada's biggest op.
I need a match. Him and Coda, the battle of the knees. Whose knees give out first?
Battle of the knees is crazy.
You know what I mean?
I mean, if you're gonna do this change with Shota, though, Shota turning heel and attacking Tanahashi makes all the sense in the world.
Oh, that'd be top notch.
Yeah.
I'm bloody. Mm-hmm.
Would you give? Not saying this would happen. Do you think we get one more title run for Tanahashi? Just one. It ain't even gotta be long. No, we don't need it.
I saw he did with that last championship. I did not like it.
I mean,
we're good.
Man, the match that if you're talking about fantasy booking, that it would be incredible if we somehow got it. If we somehow got a Cena match.
That's what I was gonna say.
That'd be the wildest thing in the world.
Like what's the wildest, craziest match? Definitely Cena match.
I will never forget when they announced. It was when they announced Jushin Liger's retirement, and I remember everybody was like, they wanted to see him and Ray.
Mhm.
And I was so mad like that. We never, like, even from a fantasy aspect, I was like, damn.
Somebody
Like,
prevented that. Whoever Rey Mysterio worked prevented that. He said he came out with an interview.
oh, that so it
He
was
said
supposed
he was going to do that, but they told him he couldn't. He
Oh,
worked at
wow.
WWE.
Damn, that upset. It probably was
he-
WWE.
Was that before he went back?
I thought that was before he went back.
Was it? No,
I mean, he could have been when he was there.
No,
Nah,
'cause
it
Liger
was-
retired in like 2020, didn't he?
It was,
No,
yeah, it was
that
with
happened,
WWE.
'cause-
Yeah.
Yeah,
'cause
WWE
he-
said no, we're not doing that.
No, thank you. Damn, WWE.
Unfortunately, because like Rey Mysterio, of course, but yeah, no, they said nah.
But, like,
is he gonna be in Noah? And Ray was like, nah. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I mean,
Unfortunately.
you got the chance now to potentially do a Lashley match, which I think could be cool.
That'd be
Yeah.
tough. That'd be different.
Mhm.
That'd be
But yeah,
different.
mine's just Cena. Cena's my number one. Like, I don't know. It never will happen, but like maybe Cena can talk some shit. I don't know.
I would love to think that this would be the year John Cena's like, you know what, fuck it, we ball. Like, whatever, you know, but
What
like,
you gonna do? What you gonna
yeah,
do?
like, you're not gonna
Do
tell
whatever I
them, no. Hey, John, you can't do that. You can't do that.
Right.
I'm John Cena.
Right. What
Whatever I
y'all
want.
gonna do? Fire me?
Nah, bro, we don't want Tanahashi to die. You know what I mean? You put him in the ring.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah, like you.
I
Not
mean,
the costume.
like,
that
I
match
saw the
would
way he
hit.
was doing Osprey
I mean-
and Ricochet, and I don't think Tanahashi need to be did like that. That was
Yeah,
I
crazy.
saw what he did to Speedball, bro.
Man.
I mean, it does make sense. International championship.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's true.
Okay, you know, money.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
It makes
that
sense.
retirement date gonna get pushed up quick. It's gonna be
Yo,
January
Yo, he
2025.
He gonna hit Tanahashi with that mean knee. We just gonna sit there like, oh my
Yeah,
Oh,
nah, we can't. I don't want to see that.
Yeah, no.
I want to be happy about this.
Nah, man.
I ain't gonna like
I'm
for
good.
me.
Give me the
like,
violence.
I know for me
Okay.
when they like the retirement ceremony, I'm probably gonna get dumb emotional.
That's
Just
crazy.
'cause, like I said, like,
can't believe, like
it's-
we've been watching these guys in New Japan at the top of New Japan for so long at this point, you know.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like I remember the first time seeing Tanahashi, and it was the AJ match in TNA. You know what I mean? Like they brought him over, and then like I remember just being on the message forums, and like everybody was talking about that Tanahashi was going to be the guy. And I remember Brock Lesnar refusing to do the job for him and all that shit. And then it just like obviously I didn't really pay attention after that, but you know, for me, my introduction to like truly watching New Japan was when they brought MVP. And MVP was standing with Tanahashi, and I was like, "Oh, nigga, this is a fire picture. This is a fire team. I'll watch this more regularly." So yeah, man, just seeing the fact that, and then I think him and Cena are retiring like a week apart from each other. Like I think Cena retires first, and then it would be Tanahashi the following week, and that sucks. That sucks, man.
Two
Is it?
blows, man.
Because Cena's retiring 2025, right?
The end of 2025. Yep.
Oh, it is the end of 2025.
Yeah, it's because he's
okay.
doing the whole year, right?
Okay, yeah. I don't know why I thought he was doing till WrestleMania season, but yeah, you're right. It's till the end of 2025.
That man said he doing like 50 dates. I said, oh, this man
You guys think he's gonna win the Rumble?
Please,
Yes.
God, no.
I can see it. I can see it.
I
Don't
feel
do
like he's going to, right?
Don't-
You know,
don't do that.
I definitely think
they don't
It's
have
in
to.
the
but,
cards,
like, why
I
not?
definitely think he's being Gunther. I definitely think that's happening.
I don't think he's beating Gunther, but I don't think he should. I don't think he needs
He
to win the
gonna,
Rumble.
he gonna tap Gunther out.
Well, he's
Yeah.
gonna have a match with the world
STFU.
champion. And he gonna have a match with the world champion, and it ain't gonna be Gunther.
That's what I think.
Wait, who's gonna be the world champion?
I think
from
CM
Chicago,
Punk
too.
will be champion by the end of this
Oh,
year.
Punk.
Oh,
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be
okay.
a Punk and John Cena match. Yeah,
I
totally.
definitely think that's happening. The story of John Cena coming back and wanting to beat Ric Flair's record, and the guy holding that belt is CM Punk. Come on, bro. It
With the
writes
history,
itself.
yeah, it's right there.
Who would you rather have, Cena and Punk, or Cena and Orton?
Cena and Punk by
Yeah,
far.
Cena and Punk, yeah. I have no interest.
I
in
do.
that, or-
I like the story better.
Which one?
but I do want to see Cena and Gunther
Cena-
if we do have the opportunity.
and
But
Punk.
I don't think it's gonna be for the world title because CM Punk is getting that world championship.
I do think CM
at
Punk will
first
be
day,
champion.
like, hey, give me that belt. That's fine.
I do think he's gonna win.
Is he gonna win it at Survivor Series? Do you think?
I don't know.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Like,
I'd be surprised that he has it that quick. That he gets it that quick.
I mean, this is around the same
wow.
time period that he won with AEW. He was there for about a year.
And
I just
he's
like
over.
in my head, like Gunther holds this belt for 7 years.
Yeah.
So like the idea of him losing at Survivor Series this year, like it's crazy to me.
That's ambitious.
Very.
I don't
Very.
think they're gonna do. Roman has this long title run, and then do another long title run with Gunther, and then just what they think of WrestleMania, and it's like where the biggest stars are. I don't see
Cena?
Gunther.
Yeah.
I don't think Gunther going because I mean, to me, I think all the sense in the world. I think the main event for one of those nights got to be Rollins Punk, right?
Should be.
You would think so.
I mean, if the other night's gonna be Rock and Roman, right?
What you got thinking, dog? What you smiling hard over there?
Hey man, y'all say main event. I see that being an opening match.
With the Rollins match?
Punk and
That guy did not come back to open WrestleMania, bro. He came back to main event WrestleMania.
This guy famously was very
Negative.
angry about not main eventing
Negative.
WrestleMania, and you think they'd put him in the first match?
I want negativity, dog.
I mean, I of course want the crash out of those two guys getting screwed out of a main event again, and how that would end up. I would think that would be hilarious.
Some great TV,
Especially Rollins being like, "Well, whatever, I got my main event." Like,
with Punk.
I don't want to get it over with. I just want to see people crash out. That's all I want.
no, I think the idea of interviews after that and them not getting a main event would be very funny. But nah, that is the best chance for Rollins to get a main event again is the Punk match.
Yeah. I do think I don't think Punk wins at Survivor Series. I don't see him winning. Yeah, I do see him winning the Rumble.
Oh, you see him winning the Rumble.
Yeah, I don't see him winning.
He's gonna win the
against
belt
Gunther.
at the Rumble.
Yeah, I don't see him winning against
Yeah, I
Gunther.
see him winning the belt. I
think after him fucking his arm up, he probably ain't gonna be in no Rumbles no more. Nah, put me in the match.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be in
I thought
dogs
they were gonna keep him out of there. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Be like, let's put you just in a regular match, dog.
Mhm.
Maybe he wins the belt at Rumble.
That's
that's
but not Survivor Series.
But yeah, the Rumble's kind of open for me. I'm not sure who I think is going to win the men's Rumble.
Is there a world where fucking Roman wins the Rumble?
Yes, there is.
There is a
There's
world.
definitely a world.
That's not even that. Yeah, that's a realistic.
That's a world.
I mean,
Damn.
To be real, that's probably like the favorite to win the Rumble is
Right.
Roman.
Hey yo,
Right.
it is poetic. 10 years later.
Oh no!
Yeah, 10 years later, Roman wins the Rumble again. Man.
Oh no!
Yeah, I don't know.
To cheers.
I don't know.
I don't need it.
To cheers.
Look, the women's Rumble is more like, and
I
both
have no
of them
idea.
are very open.
I have my suspicion, but I'm not sure yet.
Is your
red
suspicion
hair?
Charlotte?
No, I think this is the year that Becky wins her second Rumble. I think Becky is going to resign and she's coming back.
She's definitely resigning.
I think she's coming back, and she's regardless. I think she's inevitably gonna win a second Rumble. She's talked about it so many times. It's gonna happen.
Damn.
It depends on how long they hold it out, because it could be her or Teflon Donna either way. Like Charlotte could also definitely do that.
My dark horse, and which I would pick because it hasn't happened since Asuka did it. I think Roxanne should come up and win the Rumble.
Ooh, that'd be tough. That'd be different. Yeah. See, my dark horse is Naomi. I would love it if Naomi just got the opportunity to win the Rumble.
I would love that as well. I just don't see it happening.
Who won the Rumble this year? Bailey. Yeah, Bailey won. That's
Bailey
crazy.
won.
It took us a while to figure it out.
Hey, you know how hard I had to think about. I was like, yeah,
And I was there. I was
Fire ass match too that she eventually ended up getting it too. I'm thinking I
definitely was about to give up. I'll be like,
because who are they gonna? I'm trying to think of what the WrestleMania matches will be for the women. Then, like, who they can't they got to get away from this Rhea and Liv stuff by then, right?
Yeah,
that'd be crazy.
I mean, if it's Becky, Tiffany Stratton makes sense.
Mm-hmm. They kind of have a story already.
Yeah.
Are they ever gonna get to Rhea and Bianca, you think?
I was
Or
going
has
to
that-
ask you, would you have Bianca win, and then we get that mega match?
Win the Rumble?
Mania?
No.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't. Yeah.
I wouldn't do that. I think my thoughts on this is that's where the Jade turn should be. Jade should eliminate Bianca, and
That'd be
that's how
tough.
we get that
we were,
match.
yeah.
Oh, Jade and Bianca at WrestleMania.
Yeah, Jade.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay, I like that.
Dude, I would even love it if it was just Jade and Rhea. Like, I think that's a marquee Mania match in itself. So,
And then there's still if Charlotte is back, her and Bianca still have
Yeah.
that. They have a
still
WrestleMania
have that
showdown in the future for sure. It's pretty
um,
open. for the
No,
win.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
wide.
that's why I like it. It's like we don't know
It's
nothing.
wide open. Yeah, I don't know at all on the men. I have no guess. I don't know.
It's gonna be Cena. I feel like they're not gonna. They can't. They're like, we got Cena, dude. We have to. Like
Don't do that.
they're not gonna not.
Do we have to?
It's
Yeah.
Cena, you guys. Last time, like this is it. All right, dude. Here you go. This is it.
Please,
Put it
please
like
don't
this.
do that. Don't do that.
Cena's WrestleMania match will be determined in the Royal Rumble.
Yes, but I don't think he
Yes.
needs to win to do that.
No. I would not be surprised if he won the Rumble, but I definitely see his Mania match being determined. I think you'll see a lot of the kickoff of the nostalgia. Like, I think there will be a face off between him and Orton. Like, they'll do that whole dramatic turnaround shit.
Yeah.
You-
If you want me to put my fantasy booking hat on, because I
Yes.
do think that Punk is gonna win. I do like the idea of Punk main eventing that show and winning. And after he wins, the winner of the Rumble comes out. Burn it down.
My man he said that he is getting damn Rollins and Punk match.
Listen, it was taken away from us for unfortunate reasons this year. It has to happen.
Yeah. Pretty
I'm with you.
unfortunate.
I'm with you.
I'm
We
with
got
you
a
too.
fire. We got a fire feud out of it though. A fire and fire 3 match out of it.
We did. It had its low periods, but it eventually came together.
They brought it back around.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably waving my Scottish flag to Drew
Wonder.
McIntyre.
I wonder what is Drew doing in the build up to
Drew Mac.
WrestleMania, because they. I have
That's
no idea.
that's the one thing about a feud like this. There's always the clear path for the winner. So we see Punk going towards the world title, but it's now what do you do with Drew? How do you keep the momentum of Drew McIntyre flowing? Right?
Is it a downgrade if he challenged for the Intercontinental title? Can Drew go
No, I
there?
don't think
Go
so.
back?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Nah.
That's good for the Intercontinental Championship that it's in that position.
To be honest with you, just for I think it'd be dope if you did, because I feel like they could build it up properly. I would not be mad of a singles match between Drew and Sheamus at Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that they're both really good friends, and we've seen them have the match. I think for both of them, of the way they've came up and their friendship, the fact that they can say boom, we had a WrestleMania match. I think that'd be important to both.
Like Kevin and Sammy.
Pretty much, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So I could dedefinitely see that being a thing.
Drew goes in as the Intercontinental Champion and Sheamus beats him, so he can finally get that damn Grand Slam
Mm,
that he's been trying to get.
He's earned it, man.
there you go.
Sorry,
a good
Sheamus.
story.
Yeah, that'd be tough. Let's see. Just 2 more things and then we out of here, fellas. Like I said, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling. They made their debut. They're going on right now. Drizzy, hold on.
Damn.
Yeah,
Drizzy the hell nah.
Yeah,
Nah, not today.
damn.
Ain't
All
getting
right.
that Grand Slam.
He's still mad. He's still mad that he beat Brian at the WrestleMania, I guess.
Hey, I hate that. That's one of my least favorite moments of all time, honestly. I'm with you. Nah. They showed that the other day and I was mad all over. I was there, dude. I've never been so mad in my life. Oh yeah, I have been. October 4th, 2019. That's a different date though.
That's a we don't.
That's a terrible
Yeah,
date that we don't speak of.
That date is blocked off.
But Brian Danielson in 18 seconds, I was up there. I almost left. That was the first match. So I'm like, what are you guys doing? Do you guys want me to stay here? Yes or no? That WrestleMania
Yeah.
sucked too.
That was
I'm
a-
getting mad over again. Let's
That
move
was a crazy
forward.
moment. That was a crazy
Man.
moment. But yeah, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling, you know what I mean? Scott D'Amore, impressive first show, you know what I mean?
It looked like TNA. I didn't watch it, but it looked like
it very
definitely
much
looked like
was.
TNA.
It was Canadian TNA. That's what it was. It was Canadian TNA. Like everything down like to the ring announcer, the crowd, the setup, the stage.
So my question is, what is Scott D'Amore saying to TNA? Because he's saying something, right?
What is yours is mine too.
Because like there's the rumors that he was trying to buy him and they told him to get out of here with that money. Your money ain't long enough to be up in here. And so I feel like he was like, it ain't? All right. I got something for you, right? That's what the show kind of feels like.
And I feel like, you know what I mean? Like
Hey, man. 1000%.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, like the show very much like I'm not paying money to watch Jinder Mahal and Bully Ray. Like that's not what I'm here to do. You know what I mean? But like, but you got Speedball and Takesha. Like what? And that match was incredible.
Yeah, it definitely did feel like Scott going like, hey, this is what I could have been still doing if I still had the book at TNA. Right. Hey, I wanted to do more with AEW and I wanted to do this. And look how this could have worked if I really got to do what I wanted. And I mean, some of the results were great. I mean, also him looking around like, look, my lady can wrestle, man. I've been trying to tell y'all and
been trying to show y'all. Keep bullshit.
Man, not for nothing. I thought she looked great. I thought she wrestled a very good match with Yamashita. Other things on the show definitely felt like
it is a TNA show.
TNA-esque stuff. I mean, everything about the Bully Ray, and I mean the match itself, the way it was promoted, the outcome of the match. I was like, this is very, very TNA. If you did not watch it, Reg, this.
That sucked. She was terrible. Terrible.
I had it on mute because I was on the phone, and I was like, "I'm happy this phone call is taking up most of my attention." I did not give a damn.
The highlight of this match, from the reaction of the crowd, was the referee doing the headbutt spot from the top rope, like Devon used to do. This is a real thing.
The referee did the what's up, and that got the biggest pop of the thing.
Yeah. So Raj did the whole thing, held his feet up. Referee got up on the top rope, did the what's up headbutt, and that got this huge pop. And I was like, "What is happening?" And then
the high spot was the what's up headbutt. That's crazy.
The ref did the headbutt, and then he jumped up and he did the get the tables, and the crowd popped for it. And Raj brought the table back in. We got a ref bump after that. Bully got put through the table, but because the ref didn't see it, which makes no fucking sense, but because the ref didn't see it, he didn't count the win. QT Marshall comes out and pulls Raj off and beats up Raj, puts him on the table like he gets thrown through the table, and that's how Bully Ray wins this match. I was like, what is this? Like, what
happened? You took a hard left, dog. Like I was like, okay, I'm with you, and then you were like, nah, it went off the rails. What happened?
Bully Ray won this match.
The game I love.
Bully Ray got a chance to cut a promo before this match. I was like, dog, what is happening? He was coming out, and very happy to see Mauro Ranallo back on commentary. He was fantastic.
Super excited about that. That's awesome.
I love that. And he
killed it, dog.
Yeah, he did a great job with Don Callis. But while he was coming out, Mauro goes, yeah, we got a match coming up with 2 former world champions. I was like, I'm
a little bit liberal with that. Like, you're right. 1,000, you're right. Like, the record books say you're right.
Wait a minute.
Nobody was told.
You're not wrong in what you said.
You're not wrong.
We
like,
don't
you
care.
know what I mean? Like, the record books will be like, yeah, but...
Yeah,
like it felt like when at the end of the match, like Bully Ray and QT Marshall are the 2 biggest heels you have in this company, and there probably will be a Bully Ray title run somewhere. Scott,
disgusting.
that's why Scott D. Moore probably got fired.
I
He-
like
he
Scott
probably
Moore.
he
It sounds
was-
like he did a lot of great stuff, but he's historically main event title scene. He just can't get it right, dog.
Yeah.
Just like I don't know what it is. He like loves like it's like the NWA thing. Like they're like, what happened in 2008? Let's do that. And it's like, no, dog, we need to be doing something that's 2024. Like, why are we going? Like, I love Bully Ray. The Dudleys are on my fucking Mount Rushmore, but he should not be the top heel in your promotion.
No.
That's crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those things. Like, going forward, like they probably won't have to catch shit like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like factoring in, but like you have Speedball. You know what I mean? Like you truthfully,
Josh Alexander.
You got Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
You truthfully could have put Jinder Mahal in a position of being like the top heel. Like, he's from Canada. You know what I mean? Like he could have been a great.
He works regularly on wrestling.
Hey, you out here giving Bully Ray promos. Might as well just bring Devon and get the T3D.
We might as well just do the act if that's what we're doing.
That's what
you
I'm
guys
saying.
want the headbutt in the damn table anyways. Where's Devon?
I honestly thought when Bully Ray started doing the promo, I was like, did they finish? Are they like ahead of time? So they just got to Bully, go out there, go do some shit, bro. Make it happen.
No, you know exactly what he said. I need 10 minutes for a promo too, brother.
That's what I'm saying. Like
was
we were months away from a TNA Bully Ray title run. Don't get that twisted. That's why he got let go.
Oh my God, no.
Okay, now when they took that meeting, they were like, "Wait, you came in here to push Bully Ray? Wow.
Could have got that. Look, man, Bound for Glory could have been Bully Ray and Moose, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm telling you, the title scene the men's title
Bully
scene, it's
Ray
hard.
and Moose as
Dog, that's crazy.
yeah, let that sit in your soul real quick. Bully Ray and Moose.
I don't want it.
Bully Ray and
No, please.
yeah,
And then QT
like my
made the
soul.
save and put him on the. That's
yeah.
what happened. Like, I want to
Bro.
see like when they were planning the match and they were like, then QT came in and they were like, yeah, and like what?
All right, boom. That's what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna have QT Marshall come out, and then when y'all doing the double team, that's when Devon gonna come out. You know what I mean?
Oh my God,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
Devon's gonna get the tables. We're gonna do
Yeah.
another what's up headbutts because the crowd really liked
The
it.
crowd gonna love it. The crowd gonna love
Oh
it.
my
You
God.
know,
Gotta do it one more time. Give the people what they want.
and that's how we gonna end the show. The last thing you're gonna see on this show is Team 3D.
Was Bully Ray the last thing on the show?
No,
I was about
No.
to say that. Dog, you come on,
course
man.
Nah,
No,
Speedball to catch good words.
Oh, thank God. Woo, whoo, I was
No.
scared for a minute there.
That was really the low point of the show, man. Like that,
It was.
I mean, everything else was pretty much fun. It started with that the trios match, which was cool. Was it trios match, or am I mixing it up?
Oh, the
Yeah, it was a 6-man
Yeah,
match, right?
yeah. The Jet Setters, Rogue Squadron. Well, no. It was Josh Alexander, Stu Grayson, El Fantasmo, Trevor Lee, Rocky Romero, and Alex Zane. So, like, that was the thing. Like, it very much at the end of the show, aside from the Bully Ray match, like, it hit on all cylinders. Like, it felt like, I feel like when a show debuts or a promotion debuts, has their first show, like, this is something that you want. People were talking about it. Like, the clip of Speedball doing the shooting star leg drop, like, that went viral. Like, that's what you want. That's what's making people want to tune into the next night. Right. So, and then, like, tonight, you know what I mean? Obviously, they got Takesha and Josh Alexander, Athena and Giselle Shaw. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got matches that you want to see. And I think going forward, like, they will be prominent. Like, people are going to want to tune in. So, like, I'm very much looking forward to what they can do, how they can do it. Like, they had Bret Hart narrating the intro, you know what I mean? Because it's Maple Leaf Wrestling. So, you know what I mean? The history behind it predates all the way back to the 1930s. So the significance is important. As long as they keep the path that they're going, like, they could just be neck and neck with TNA for like that position of being like essentially the Canadian TNA.
Yeah.
I'm about to say one thing you can't say they ain't get that they got absolutely correct. That production value, the production and the presentation looked on par with TNA without a question.
It did. Yeah, no, it was an impressive start. I think the things that were good were good to really good. Like I said, the trios match that started was fun. We got the IWGP Junior Heavyweight match, which was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see them, for some reason, we're talking about The Rock coming out with his belt still. For some reason, Kevin Knight is still coming out with the white belt. Very funny to me. Him tweeting when he won it and tweeting that hashtag was wild. And doing the Kurt Angle drinking the milk and everything. He still has that belt. Very, very funny to me. But man, also that guy is incredible, man. Yeah. That standing frog splash that he does where he turns in midair and lands perfectly on somebody, like, how do you do that? The drop kick, bro.
He has to be in the forefront of like guys that are gonna lead like pro wrestling in 2025. Like by the time the end of 2025, like I'm seeing like huge things for him. He's incredible.
Yeah. Kevin Knight, in my opinion, if they don't do this, shame on you, Gato. That guy should eventually be junior heavyweight champion, man.
Definitely.
There has never been a black IWGP junior heavyweight champion. At one point, I thought it was going to be Lio.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be Lio, too.
If it's not Lio, it's got to be Kevin, man.
He makes the most sense with how he's been in a bunch of Best of Super Juniors. Like, he's prime for this.
Like, correct. Like, I know he trained in the LA dojo, but like, isn't it one other black wrestler that was like in the New Japan dojo? Wasn't it Too Cold? And then it's Kevin Knight?
No, I think Kevin's the first, right?
Is he the first?
Yeah, he's the first New Japan dojo guy. But yeah, all the other LA dojo guys, they've ended up in other things. Like most of them have ended up in this version of Bullet Club, and they're doing well. Kevin Knight's doing well, 2-time IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. But this is the one, man. I feel like he should win that belt eventually. Yeah. If he doesn't, I don't know what we're doing.
He's incredible. He's on his way.
Wouldn't be the first decision we looked at Gato like, what the fuck?
I mean, we've seen a lot of things he's done this year where I was just like, why?
This is what y'all want? Let's go the other way.
This Ren Narita thing, I'm like, dude.
Let's go this way. Shoot, I ain't got nothing else for y'all boys tonight, man. This has been an incredible. Unless y'all have anything else, I don't have anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a fun show. I mean, Jake Something is an absolute animal, man. Like he's one of those guys that I don't know why they're not doing more with him. He looked incredible in that match.
The new DPW world champ.
Shout out to Jake Something.
Triple crown.
Yeah, he's great. Every time I see Kylie Ray actually wrestle, and like I've seen her wrestle in person, of course, here. But like I'm like, man, she's still very, very good. The thing is, nobody has managed to match that energy of her coming out to the Pokemon theme. And when she came out and her music was like very generic, I was like, dude, somebody has to make her good theme music. It hasn't happened yet. Somebody's gonna do it, but make this woman some good music. It can't be this hard, man. It just cannot.
Yeah, somebody got to do that.
But
video game soundtrack guys.
But yeah, she was a lot of fun to watch again. Giselle Shaw, I thought killed it. She looked great.
Giselle's amazing, man.
Yeah. And the main event was, man, if you don't watch anything else from the show, that main event was
I'm about to watch
all-timer.
After this is over for sure.
So good. The counters in that match, man. Yo, the counters in that match that the leg drop is everywhere. One?
That
man, just amazing match.
And keep in mind, like all day yesterday, like I went on like a speedball kick. Like, so I watched the match you just had with Leon Slater and how incredible that match was. And then you go and that's what I'm saying. Like speedball like has to be in the top 5 best wrestlers currently in
workers,
the world.
Yeah, definitely.
He's incredible, man. Like, because he is like he can go against any style, like just like the fact that you had that type of banger with Takesha, and you don't want it, man. Like, I'm honestly, when it comes to speedball, I used to think like, damn, why is he not signed to like WWE or AEW? I love what speedball does. Like, the man just goes where he goes where the vibes are. If the vibes is right to him, that's where you'll find Speedball. And he probably
he should be on every show because he's incredible. He's legit one of the best wrestlers in the world, and he forces every single opponent into his match, and his match is fucking incredible. So it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You getting these kicks.
You gonna get these
Big kicker.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, the V trigger counter he did, which was
Insane.
like
Okay. Yeah, I'm about to watch this.
incredible match. Absolutely one of the best matches this year, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was a fun show, man. I'm sure people are gonna over criticize it for the bits that are not great,
The bad
but
bits.
I thought it was a lot of fun. Again, to see fun wrestling and Morrow doing commentating, man.
We need more Morrow. Like I still listen to him because like he does boxing commentary and MMA, but like it just like my heart fills with joy when he covers pro wrestling. So hearing him and like him and Don Callis, like they work perfectly together. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like if this is my way,
They worked together before, didn't they?
yes, sir.
Did they
Yes,
say that on commentary?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So like if Morrow is the voice of Maple Leaf Wrestling, I'll be watching Maple Leaf Wrestling just because he's commentating.
Same here.
Yeah.
And he commentated that match. I really have to go watch that
Bro,
match.
That's class.
all of the Morrowisms were there. He
Mamma
he dropped-
Mia.
He dropped the
Yes.
Mamma Mia's. He dropped some
course.
rap lines, man.
Yes,
during
I
the Miyu and Giselle match, he said the Miyu had more kicks than a baby.
Yeah.
He did the Nas line.
Okay.
Uh,
I love it. It's Morrow. You're gonna get that when
love
you get
Morrow,
him.
man. Nah, I love Morrow.
He's the best, man. Well, gentlemen, we come to the end of BGW 181. This was a phenomenal episode. Well worth the wait, I think, gentlemen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Once again, to y'all brothers, man, we truly appreciate not only y'all friendship, but what y'all do in this space, man. Like, you know what I mean? I know y'all stay on y'all path. Y'all do amazing work. I hope y'all both recognize, and along with Will, man, the impact that y'all have left in the wrestling space. And I want y'all to keep doing that. And I want y'all to keep knowing that y'all are in the upper echelons of influential people in this space. So, like I said, if nobody tells you, you know we will. So, you know, we just
people be trying to act like we ain't. They be saying the opposite all the time. Like,
Nah, dog. Nah, man, y'all premiere out here, bro, and don't y'all forget it, y'all.
you.
Absolutely, y'all deserve all the flowers, and we hope that you continue to do the thing that y'all do, which y'all are great at.
Yeah, appreciate you guys. Thanks for having us, man. Again,
The
y'all
Young
keep
Bucks-
smashing it.
The Young Buck talk, wild, but we still love y'all. Still love, yo.
I'm gonna keep it real though. I have been looking forward to Scotland and Reg talking about the Young Bucks for years. I did not get the bloodshed and the violence that I expected, but it is a-okay. It's fine. We can do this another time. That is fine.
It's honestly because I don't really have a good defense right now. Like I can't defend too much Young Bucks. I'm gonna just let my guy Scott have this one because I don't got no arguments out here today.
And you know what? I will take it. Thank you.
I'm not loving what they're doing right now. I don't know.
Wouldn't have been a bad idea for them to drop those belts to private party.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It would not have been the worst thing in the world. It would have been a great thing, but so like, yeah, no argument for me. You got it.
Man. Y'all keep killing it, man.
Yes.
Coming close to that episode 200, man. That's
200.
a huge milestone,
Y'all already
man.
going crazy, bro. That's close.
Yeah, that's wild.
Hey, dog.
Yeah.
But
appreciate y'all.
Get the 50.
Appreciate y'all having us. Y'all do amazing work too. Just continuing to be yourselves and not no caricatures in here. It's really easy to step over that line and become something that we don't want to be. So appreciate y'all always coming and being authentically y'all. Appreciate y'all for having us. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely, man. So please let the folks know where they can find Grapsody, where they can find y'all individually. The floor is yours. Please let people know.
Yeah, you can follow at Grapsody on Twitter, at GrapsodyPod.
We're on Blue Sky now. We don't do Twitter anymore.
We are also on.
Oh shit!
We are also on Blue Sky.
Blue Sky now.
You can follow the Grapsody account also on Blue Sky. I believe it's grapsody.bsky.social on there. But if you are still rocking with Twitter, we're on there every Saturday at noon. Eastern on Fightful's YouTube channel. You can find me, this guy next to me. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter. I don't know if that guy wants you to follow. I'm the only person here without my Twitter handle on there, but you know.
And I have my Twitter handle on there. I'm like, don't follow that. No, that could be anywhere else. But yeah, every other Thursday it's Ask Grapsody with Philip Lindsay and I on Fightful Select. You can ask all the questions that you want. Sometimes there's a whole bunch. Phil and I be getting into everything you love. RighteousReg.bandcamp.com if you want to hear some raps. My YouTube has my Stoner Dad special. I'm trying to move everything off of Twitter because that place sucks. But we're moving forward. I think I'm going to start streaming somewhere. Maybe YouTube, maybe Twitch, somewhere. But yeah, I appreciate it.
Of course,
BW 500 too. Sorry, I mean.
Thank you.
Of course.
BW 500 of the best black wrestlers in the world.
Easily, yes. You can find me, PoeticScotland, on X, Scotland_Underwood on Instagram. You can also go support my articles over at Dar Sports and Media. I just put up the article with talking about Jada Parker and her rise. You know what I mean? I got a retweet from Jada Parker, and that made my entire week.
Why you didn't say nothing, dog? I was really going like, it wasn't like, didn't I say some slanderous thing? No, I was talking about a different person now.
You were. No, I would have shut the whole show down.
They gonna have you like Charlemagne after this.
Yeah, I would have shut the whole show down.
I apologize too. I really apologize.
They gonna have you like Charlemagne after this episode. Why you hate black women?
At me at Righteous Reg. You could be in my DMs, and I'll apologize straight to your face. 1,000.
I like that.
Straight to your face.
Yeah, accountability. Yeah.
I will. I'll take accountability to your face, Jada. We can talk about this. Unless you have like a big giant. I don't mean the NXT girls. Sometimes the dude will be like, "Oh,
yeah, you don't
die.
Yeah,
you could die." Sorry, I got us off track. Appreciate it.
No,
you fine.
You good.
All the way off track. I like to do that. That's my bit.
But yeah, you can find me in all those places. Please go read my articles. You know what I mean? I think we got one coming up this week on the Motor City Machine Guns. So please tap in and yeah, go follow us on that.
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Raleoftheleaf. Also follow the two pod pages at bgwpod on the same two platforms. We will have for my other podcast Until the Final Whistle, talking about the NFL. That will drop on Wednesday. And yeah.
Hey man. Nice peaceful bye week. Bears are 4-2, man. All is right in the world, man. I didn't have any stress this morning when I woke up. It felt good. It was sunny outside. It's nice.
I am sadly not a Chicago Bears fan, so I am. Yeah, hey dog. Hey man, I can't.
If you, I will accept this only if you're not a Packers fan.
Oh no, I'm not a Packers fan.
Okay,
by no means.
Cool. All right.
Nah.
Right.
We had a bye week 2, and my team is not good, and we suck. And it has a star on the helmet, so it is what it is.
Yeah, well, that's unfortunate.
So
it is.
Before we get out of here, real quick, there's something that we need to do. So we're gonna extend the show just a little bit. If y'all don't mind, we're gonna extend the show just a little bit. So give me 1 second, real quick.
Wow, he's about to do something very terrible, I believe.
Oh yes.
Okay, cool. I figured. All right, that's fine. He has something up his sleeve, and I don't
I
trust him.
I do, but it's all good. We just wait.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, the fact that we've had the opportunity to do this show, like obviously the bond that we all have is astronomical. It is very important for us as Black voices to keep doing what we're doing, right? And see, this is unnecessary. Like this is
Exactly.
unnecessary.
Thank you.
It's not evil. It's not evil.
Like dog, it's like he's stalling. Like he's like he's an evil plot.
I am looking around like it feels like we're about to get hit with something.
Yeah, like what's going on? They want to be set up here.
It's just having a conversation.
Like, you're not gonna
maybe I didn't want to end the show right now.
I'm like, you're not gonna bring in Alfred to like.
Oh no!
Special guest. Here's Alfred. Oh, that is definitely not Alfred.
Not Alfred.
Definitely not.
Double dub.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Will Washington in the building.
Wow.
I didn't know we were gonna get a beige Mamba appearance, man.
That's crazy. It's never pull-up season for Will Washington. What's up, Will Washington?
I was scrolling Twitter, saw you guys were live.
That's it. That's all.
That's it.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
I am so glad I switched over to my regular profile.
How are you guys doing? Figure before you say goodnight, bye, and all that. You guys have been on here for 2 hours and 19 minutes. Saw you were about to get into a Young Bucks debate. I'm like, oh,
No, we went through it.
probably not the time to
that
stop in.
Definitely not the time to hop in.
No, I think we got to do a separate episode. Just
Yeah, good.
me and Reg. Just,
Good, because they're the greatest tag team of all time.
Of all
by the way.
time, there's no question.
I mean, I personally think the New Day are, but
No,
that's mine. That's mine.
Y'all can think that. That's fine. But I mean, we know what time.
I don't know who that is. Do they wrestle on?
Yeah.
some other show?
Yeah, that's true. You know, for
Will Washington, your birthday's coming up. What you got planned? Are you going to be at home?
don't you have a party coming up?
Are you going to be at home, Will Washington? I want to get you on tape saying this.
I am going to be at home. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo,
We'll see you on Friday.
No, are you kidding me? At home, that's not where I'll be. I will actually be in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, for AEW Collision, which will be live on TNT at 8 p.m. Eastern.
I was not trying to segue you.
hey, man, this is an AEW podcast through and through.
No, seriously.
Yeah, no, totally. I'm doing the bits. We're all doing
Yeah,
bits.
we're all doing bits. This is actually, by the way, this is a rarity. This is the first time that, like, on a podcast. So I wanted to give it to you guys because this is the first time in well over a year that the three of us have been together on a show.
Wow.
This is monumental,
crazy.
dog.
Has it been a year?
Yeah, when was the last time we did one? I want to say
Starcast?
it was Starcast.
Yeah, so
Probably
it was
was
over a
Starcast.
year now. Mhm.
Yeah, like I've seen you guys in person plenty, but
I
as
just
far
saw
as
you
like
the
on
other
a I just saw you 2 days ago. You were at last night's Collision.
I was at Collision last night. I actually saw you last night at Collision. I was there.
Yeah.
Colliders.
Yes,
I'm talking about.
this
This
is
is crazy.
I-
This is
I was-
monumental.
This is a
Like, we
monumental
can't even
moment.
get Will Washington
man.
our
I was-
own podcast.
I was very worried. I thought you were gonna ask us a question about something. I was like, oh god.
Yo,
Oh no! I was gonna.
the
ask
way
y'all
he
first.
set this.
I definitely
the
would
way
have
he
done
set
it.
that up, I
Would
was
have
like,
definitely
what
done
is he
it
doing?
after the show. But this, I was like, damn, I don't have that much longer. I gotta set this up quick. Yeah, I gotta throw that alley oop. So this is top notch, man. Thank you for dropping in, man. This is.
monumental. Let me get a picture of this before we turn it off.
Oh yeah, we definitely.
Grapsody. Wow, that's us. Next to a big, like,
Why
this
are you
pub.
doing this like you're an old man? Why don't you
I'm
just screen?
old.
Why don't
Why
you just screenshot this?
You got a
Why are you
screenshot.
taking it
I'm
with your
old.
phone?
It's the memories.
Why are you
better
taking
like
a picture with
this.
your phone?
You ain't got a print screen.
I don't know how
Bro,
to
you don't
screenshot
know
on
how
my
to. You don't know
MacBook.
how to screenshot on your Mac.
No. That's an old person thing to screenshot a picture on your Mac, right?
I will say, as a newer Mac user, I also don't know how to screenshot on my Mac, but that's because I've been
Windows
using it. I am a Windows guy. Like literally, I just hit print screen and I'm done. But like,
Exactly.
I'm very new. I'm very new to the world of Mac. And
Listen, I'm 38 years old. Let me be 38, okay?
That was a very
I don't
38
even
move.
use it.
It was. When I saw my phone out there, I'm like, damn, I'm old, dog. Like, you can see my phone in the thing.
I even caught your driver's license in the little barcode
Oh,
on the back.
no. Oh, yeah, no, that's the back. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot
No,
that was back
wait.
there.
I don't know if this has ever been said anywhere, but at one point we were recording one day, and I'm sitting there thinking, and I look down, and I'm getting a phone call, and I was like, oh, why is Will walk? And so I picked my phone up, and I did it quick, and I was like, I did that very fast because I hope it did it fast enough where somebody's not sitting there like trying to zoom in, like I'm gonna get Will Washington's phone number. I was like, yo, wait a minute,
That was on screen.
yo, you were all of a sudden getting all these calls. Like, where are all these calls coming from?
That's crazy. How's your
But
basketball
I did it
team
really
before you
fast.
go,
I was
Will?
like, yo, this is.
They went 1-4 in the preseason, so that's
Russell Westbrook experience, man.
Ooh,
That
tough
is,
one.
I don't know if I'm like worried because everybody says, "Oh, preseason doesn't matter," and it's like,
It
no,
doesn't.
when people say preseason doesn't matter, that's when you've gone like 3-2,
Yeah.
or even if you've gone like 2-3, but like 1-4.
1-4.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I do think you guys are gonna miss Caldwell Pope a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I
Murray-
miss KCP already. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you seen Murray with the dreads and like Jokic
Jeez.
with the beard? It is
it's
very
rough, man.
yeah. The two of them look like they are definitely in a new era.
Not a good sign.
It's post college.
Yeah.
Tough times, man.
Post college look.
Tough
baby,
one.
That's
Yeah.
all.
I think they're gonna get it together by season though.
Game
We got a
time.
long time to go.
They're tough ass.
Oh, and speaking of Westbrook, guess who our first 2 games are against?
Lakers.
Game 1 against the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah.
Yes, on Thursday. I might go to that one, and then on Saturday they play the Clippers. And so it's
Yeah, Clippers are not gonna be great.
yeah.
They don't
I might go to the Saturday game because that's an afternoon game.
Yeah.
But
Saturday.
yeah.
I'm staying home. Good night, y'all.
Yo, we are out, ladies and gentlemen. It's still 182 to Grapsody, my brothers. We appreciate y'all. Will, one love. Phil, one love. Reg, you need to get a better tag team. We are out.
Your tag team theme song sucks.
Just nigga, raise your fist, dog. Raise your fist.
Listen.
Until next time, y'all. We are out. Peace out to my world.
world.